All right, hey everybody, welcome to the next episode of Pawn Shop of Life. We are live from Bogue Chitto State Park in Washington Parish, Louisiana. So we are literally sitting outside, hopefully praying that the mosquitoes stay away. Today, like I said, that's why you're muted. You have to wait for the intro. So I usually mute all of my cohorts so I can get my intro in. So like I've started doing, we are hosting podcasts for y'all. If y'all got something y'all want to talk about, but you don't want to pay for or go through the bullshit, I can Bluetooth you in. You can give us I can call you. We can get you in on an episode or whatever you want to talk about, so you can actually get your voice heard. Today we have another guest host. We have Tim. He is your modern day relocated New Yorker, Farmer Brown. And we're going to talk to him about some Farmer Brown shit. And we might talk about a couple other things. I think Baby Kangaroo wanted to talk about some women's softball, or what is it that you like? I don't even know what the hell it is.
College baseball, you nerd.
Oh, whatever. I don't never know what this guy's talking about. Baby, you think you're going to learn something from Farmer Brown here?
I hope so.
All right.
Yeah.
What do you think, Kangaroo?
Well, yeah, because, I kill plants.
You smoke what?
No, I can honestly say I've never done that.
Tim is our co-host. He is our Farmer Brown. I might just refer to him as Farmer Brown because it's kind of stuck in my head now. So, Tim, you happy to be here?
I'm very happy to be here. It's good to be here. Great day.
It is. I'm glad to have you here. Got to know Tim a little bit, working with him some. He's the weirdest cat that I've ever met that I'm also jealous of because he has just about everything I want, which is land, a place to farm and do shit, and fucking animals. Which goats too, right?
You used the F word and goats in the same sentence. You kind of lost me.
This is not Mississippi, motherfucker. I'm not worried about shit, okay? Mississippi's next door. Fuck that. I'm going to ask you, because I have to ask you. I think I have that picture. Do I have your permission to post that picture of you with the goat?
Yeah,
and it's not it's not in a sexual way, guys. Don't even fucking start going
blur out his face.
Huh?
Blur out his face.
I can blur out your face.
Why would you do that?
Oh, he said he's a sexy motherfucker. He wants everybody to see what. All right, I'm not going to blur out your face.
I got a face for radio.
So do I. That's the reason I do this.
So people have said, "Yo, you should do this in YouTube." No.
Yeah. My buddy Brad, who has his YouTube channel, we bombed him again.
He has a face for radio, too.
Oh, nah, unless they start calling him Osama bin Laden and shit.
Well, yeah, he does look like Osama bin Laden.
Maybe you should put a turban on or whatever the fuck that shit's called. I don't know what that is.
A schmog?
Yeah, I don't know what that shit's called. The thing. Yeah. The thing they put on the thing when the thing.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
It's a schmog.
A schmog? We have schmog. We have schmog. Covers the whole city. Is that the same thing?
Sort of.
Is it spelled the same way?
Similar, but different.
Is it spelled the same way?
Close.
All right, fair enough. All right. Did you have something you wanted to say, Kangaroo? You thought about it. Oh, what was your comment earlier when I had you muted? That we're hoping that
mosquitoes are the Louisiana state bird.
And if you don't believe that they are, go to Chico State Park out way west of Franklinton, Louisiana.
Yeah.
Because that's where we were at, and we're bike riding, and when I stopped, you see those cartoons of like they have like an aura just vibrating on themselves. It was like that, except for it was all mosquitoes, and we got towed the fuck up.
The only places I've been that are as close to as bad as Louisiana is Kings Bay, Georgia. They got big mosquitoes there.
Really?
You hear them. It's like, wow, okay. And the land of 1,000 lakes in Minnesota.
Is Kings Bay, Georgia, low-lying?
It's on the coast.
Yeah, but is it like low-lying earth like here?
It's all marsh. Yeah, it's all marsh.
Okay, yeah, because it's like the Everglades is. People think Florida and they think sunny and shit like that, and then they go down to the Everglades and like, what the fuck, fresh hell have I walked into? And it's like, well,
the only reason Florida typically doesn't have really bad mosquitoes is because you get the sea breeze all the time. So the wind's blowing almost nonstop, so the mosquitoes can't stick around.
Well, they certainly don't stick around when the hurricanes here come.
I speak that from 18 years of living down there.
Miami area, too. Yeah. All right, well, let's start this Farmer Brown shit. All right, Tim, so you are an adopted, official, self-proclaiming Southerner now.
Yeah, so...
And you're from New York.
I'm that typical New Yorker. I'm a mutt. I'm like Irish, German, Native American, French, and, rumored to be 18 other things, That's kind of the typical New Yorker.
All the nationalities just stuck into a blender, hit puree, and then you popped out.
Yeah, like 100 years later, that's what you get.
Oh, is that what it is? All right, so y'all don't know what he looks like, but I guess you'll see. But this is what 100 years of inbreeding is going to look like when I post this picture with the goat.
Oh, man.
But you like it, so you do you like it better down here than you do New York?
Yeah, carrying on with that. So I'm part Canuck, right? And then I came down here in...
Canadian? You got
Canuck, yeah. So
you got some French Canadian?
French and Native American, yeah.
Holy shit.
But I married a girl who's a Cajun, and she won't let me be a Cajun.
What do you mean she won't let you be a Cajun?
She won't let me be a Cajun. I'm not allowed to have the title.
That's because the English Canadians kicked all the French Canadians out.
Yeah.
And we came down here.
No.
But we don't. It's
Look
like
at that little knowledge
Are
drop.
Irish people allowed to be angry at English people? Like that was like so long
Yeah.
ago.
Yeah. I'm fucking Irish. Fuck those motherfuckers. Jesus Christ. They tried to enslave us for fucking years. Fuck the goddamn English.
I don't know any Irish people that think highly of English people.
Yeah, right. It's like saying, hey, Scotland, what do you think of fucking...
I think you guys.
What do you think of the crown? They're going to be like, really? Do you need to ask that question?
Yeah, that's the first time I've ever thought of it that way. Why I can't be a Cajun, and I think you're right.
So your wife is from here. She's from Louisiana.
Yeah, she's from. She's like that song. So her mother was from Louisiana, and her dad was from Mississippi. So, you know what I'm talking about?
Dude, that's got to be a country song.
It's an old country song.
That explains it.
It's a good one.
Yeah, if you can remember the name of that song, I'll look it up and I'll listen to about 10 seconds of it, and then I'll be like, "Nah, bitch, I'm out." Gonna go ahead and apologize to everybody if they hear fans blowing or if one of the state birds happen to fly by one of the microphones.
Or you hear the dogs bark because they don't understand that people also live in this world.
Well, Remy's good with it. She just wants to lick everybody, but Bentley is a lunatic and thinks no other people on the planet should be allowed to walk around him except for us.
And then Zeus just wants to love every other dog that he sees.
Yeah. I got to get a picture of Zeus hugging Rome because I've never seen a dog hug before, and I know I've said that before, but Zeus hugs people. He's weird. He's wild. He literally jumps up there and he puts his hands out and lays his head on you. And it's the funniest shit ever. All right, so I'll call you Farmer.
I found your song, by the way.
You looked that song up?
Louisiana Woman, Mississippi Man.
Oh, yeah.
Alan Jackson and Martina McBride.
Oh, shit.
Oh, Martina McBride. That's my girl. Yeah.
You sure you're from New York?
Man.
Because everybody, don't get me wrong. I know there's rural parts of New York, but when you hear New York, you think New York City, New York.
No, upstate New York. Yeah, so I grew up in the mountains. My legs are like goat legs, and my upper body is like nothing. I grew up in the mountains.
I've never heard anybody disagree. Okay, that's a first.
Hiking.
I'm old as shit, and I've never heard anybody refer to themselves as I'm mountain goat from the waist down.
Yeah. Like people talk about hiking, and I'm like, cool.
I climb mountains, bitch.
You carry a keg up there?
I don't. God damn.
Well, then you're going to do the AT with me?
What's that?
The Appalachian Trail?
You want to do the whole thing?
Well, yeah, I want to do the whole thing.
Jesus Christ, that takes a long time, doesn't it?
About 6 months.
Yeah, I'll do it.
All right.
Well, 6 months. Whoa.
He was like, hold on, wait, 6 months?
Look.
Wait, what?
He's got triplets. You got a dog.
And I do have like a farm at home, like pretty much.
Yeah. Yeah, I know, right? So all right. So we had you here for it. So you all right, so like I said, everybody thinks of New York City, New York. They don't think about anything rural or upstate or anything like that. So you're down here, you love it, you don't want to ever go back, right?
Correct. Well, all right, not go back to New York.
Yeah.
Yeah, I wasn't born here, but I got here as soon as I could.
What year did you get here?
I got here in 2012. I met a girl like the end of 2012.
I'm hopefully that's your wife you're referring
yeah,
to.
within a year I met a girl. Another year I was married.
Oh shit.
And somebody warned me too. They were like, "You're gonna meet a girl down here, and
if you
get
hooked.
married, you're never gonna leave."
All right, so everybody knows that we were in the Coast Guard. You're still active duty. So how many tours have you done down here?
1, 2, 3, 4.
Jesus Christ.
Maybe 5.
The fuck?
When I'm done.
God damn.
If I get at the finish line.
It's gonna be your fucking whole career. So you had one away?
Yeah. So I started off guaranteed D1 when I started.
Okay.
And I was on a 110 for 3 years as a fireman waiting for A school.
God damn. And you're MST.
Yeah.
And that is that wait list. We don't have long wait lists anymore.
He's a duck scrubber.
Well, you can't say that anymore because we don't actually scrub ducks like we used to.
Well, yeah.
When
I would just say he's a supervisor of duck scrubbers.
Yeah. When you first came in, would you say when did you join? 2012, 11, 10, 8, 9, 10?
2009.
So did you ever actually scrub ducks? Were they scrubbing ducks back then? I don't even know.
No, I've been to the courses on how to scrub ducks, but
it was a phasing out kind of thing.
Yeah, and actually, I think the duck on the side of a Dawn bottle is actually a chicken. I don't know. I really don't know.
Is it a chicken? Oh, I think it.
It's a water chicken.
It just looks like a cute duck.
There we go. All right, so you came. So
there's a funny story behind that.
Is it?
We'll save it for happy hour.
Okay, we'll save it for happy hour. All right, so like I said, I was super jealous of you because you've got a lot of the things, about 80-90% of the stuff that I want. So you've got land here in Louisiana.
Yes.
And you've turned in, like I said, I'm joking about it, but you kind of turned into Farmer Brown.
Check.
How much land do you have?
Check. Just checking the box.
There we go. How much land do you have down here? Because I know you just recently moved. What was it in the last year?
Yeah. Well, yeah. We just sold. We were in this cush little corner of Mandeville, and it was, what I think one of the best little safest neighborhoods in America.
Yeah. Mandeville's nice. That's uppity.
I had my neighbor, old lady, got killed by her son.
Okay, probably shouldn't start with that.
Okay. The neighbor across the street would peel out of his driveway at 30 miles an hour. And we didn't feel safe having our kids just like freely out in the front yard. So what's the point in spending all that money in Mandeville? Yeah.
You didn't feel that way wow.
I didn't feel safe in Mandeville.
Holy shit.
Weird.
I have Mandeville as uppity in my head.
Cake eaters.
A lot of cake eaters think they're above the law too. So,
Jesus.
Well, that's very true.
But
yeah, so you didn't feel safe in Mandeville, and now you've moved.
Yeah, we sold after 10 years in Mandeville, bought 8.5 acres in Franklinton.
Oh shit, that's more than I thought. I thought it was like 7, but yeah.
Of which the back 3 is like prepped for deer hunting, and it's on the side of a deer hunting lease. So it's like high pressure in the lease, low pressure in like little 3 acres, and they like to bed down and hang out.
Do you deer hunt, Tim?
I don't even deer hunt. My wife does.
Your wife hunts?
Yeah, she's like Yosemite Sam.
She's for real she's for real Cajun. You don't even know
Is she a Cajun?
Yeah.
You don't even know what you got yourself into,
she's half
do you?
Cajun. So half Cajun, half redneck is called a red ass.
God damn. So 8 acres. That's actually fucking awesome. And you got animals also.
Yeah, so
what all animals do you have?
We had a blackmouth cur, which is a rescue. And, blackmouth curs are great with kids.
Yeah, what do you mean had?
Oh, we still have her, but
No,
there's stipulations there.
Oh, okay.
I'll get to it. So,
okay. I'm say, what did you do to the dog? I don't approve of that.
We wanted a blackmouth cur. We couldn't really afford to go buy purebred dogs, and we found one in the local rescue. And she's like 2 years old, and we bring her home, and she just fits right in. Perfect dog, great with the kids. We just trusted her. She was part of the family like in the first week.
Rescue dogs are better anyway.
I signed the paperwork, and I come home, and I let her out the back door, which is fenced in, and she bolts, catches a rabbit, shakes it dead, and I'm like, Lele, drop it. And she's like, boof, drops it. I'm like, what? My dog has killer instinct.
That sounds like a good dog. Wait a minute. Did you eat the rabbit?
Yeah, we cleaned it up.
There
and
we
we
go.
ate it, and we actually gave her a little piece of her.
There we go.
Her
Okay.
win there.
All right, there we go. I'm okay with that. Totally okay with that.
So okay, we bought that land in Franklinton, and then we got a blackmouth cur, and we ended up getting 3 goats from a friend who was a retired coastie,
Hell yeah.
and one of them had a baby like right away. Boom! Now we got 4 goats. All right, another one turns out pregnant right away. Boom! So we're like, these goats are multiplying pretty fast. There was one male goat, so we had his balls ripped out.
Poor bastard.
And it's not even like that's how they do it.
You gotta do it.
You just pin them up. You just slit the sack and just rip the balls out and drop them on the ground, and that's it. Like that's how they do it.
You did.
Anyways,
I don't think I understood that.
like
He ripped the balls out and
Okay.
dropped him on the ground.
just a straight razor blade. Like not even fancy.
Mine just turned into ovaries because they just turned inside out and crawled up. That's all that they did to fucking.
Yeah, a dock. It's not even fancy. It's like a straight razor blade. Just slice it open, rip the balls out, drop them on the floor. Say, you're gonna owe me this much money.
What
done.
the fuck?
Anyway, so now, we got
Poor goat.
Now we got 4 goats. One's preggers. All right. Blackmouth cur kills one of the mama goat.
What?
One that just had the baby.
No.
So we're like, that little bitch, right? Now I know why they call female dogs bitches. Because you can't fix her. She is a hunting dog. She will kill just because the urge hits her. So we love our dog, and God made her that way. Like, you can't fix that.
I mean, yeah.
I mean, maybe you could. It'd take a lot of money, but what's it worth?
Yeah.
So, anyways,
Yeah.
I found a new job for her. But anyways,
Is it chasing coyotes?
pretty much. And killing goats, right? There's a reason I have her now. She's gonna kill goats for me. But there's a point. There's a reason for it. So we ended up getting a livestock protection dog too. So we got white Pyrenees, Great Pyrenees.
What livestock protection dog? That's what that.
So a Great
breed
Pyrenees.
is?
You never heard of that?
Well, I mean, I know of
It's just
like herding dogs and everything, but
No, this is a livestock protection animal.
the breed is like hundreds, thousands of years old. From like Pyrenees Mountains. That's kind of where they originally were from, they say.
oh shit.
But they're not like normal dogs. Like you don't really train them. They just do what they're supposed to do.
They don't come inside. They stay outside all the time with the livestock.
It's an outside dog. Period.
That's correct.
They
Oh,
get
okay.
dirty, and somehow the dirt just shakes off them. It's weird.
Babe, take note.
because
Just shake it off. Taylor Swift that shit. Shake it off.
I can just go in and take a shower right there.
Sounds a lot easier just to shake it off. God damn.
So now, all right, we got a livestock protection dog. We got a blackmouth cur. Should have had 5 goats. We got 4 goats. And
R.I.P.
and one of those goats, you have the picture of it. We call her Bootsy. I never would have thought I would like get attached to a goat, right?
Oh, goats are awesome.
This baby goat, when she was born, had boots on, and I loved her right away. And since her mom died, I became like her mom. So I'm a goat mom. But
I will love them, and I will
Did
pet
you
them, and I will
bottle?
call
Did you
them
bottle
George.
feed her?
we tried to, but
Oh, she would take to a bottle?
she wouldn't take to it, and just naturally she was forced to go to grass and grains. She started eating the grains pretty quick. So we got her fat real fast, and then she started going on grass. Yeah, so
Their square pupils freak me out.
yeah, it is a little bit weird.
I just don't. You never really know what they're looking at. It's like
When I see horns, I think devil horns, and I'm like, this is evil.
this is the most evil creature on the planet with rectangular pupils.
Yeah, except for this is going to come from a quote-unquote goat mom. So, that's fucking rich all in its fucking self. God damn.
I'm really starting to understand what all these memes are about with people, oh, there was one chicken, let's get 20. So now we started off with this. The hardware store was giving away free chickens for little kids, and all of a sudden we had 15 with 6 more on the way.
Oh my God.
So now I got a chicken coop as well.
Did you build your own chicken coop or did your land come with one?
We actually salvaged one. The neighbor.
Oh, okay.
So we had 2 massive dog kennels with the property when we bought it. So we incorporated those into a little hen house coop, and that's our temporary chicken area, and we have a larger plan for later.
How many
You
chickens?
get eggs?
Not yet, but we're probably gonna have to thin out of our the baby chickens we got. We're gonna have to thin out the cocks and maybe end up with just one.
How many
That's not
chickens
like
do
a-
you have now?
That's not a little bastard. 15, and we're supposed to get 6
Shit.
more of this one cool variety.
Because,
Yeah,
eggs are kind of expensive now. Thanks, Joe Biden.
Bin
I
Bin
thought
Laden.
they're blaming Trump, aren't they?
Thanks a lot, Bin Laden.
Bin Laden. Oh yeah. So 20 fucking chickens, 4 goats.
Yeah. Gonna be 21 chickens, 4 goats, 2 dogs, and all right, so it's a slow process because we don't
Yeah.
make much money. But
Yeah, but and how long have you been? How long have you been in this place now?
we've been there less than a year now, almost closing on a year.
And you had none of this at your old place because it's there's the dogs. See, people are walking by and they think they own the world.
So we didn't have any of this.
In Mandeville.
No,
But-
my that's kind of another thing that started it. So I had a greenhouse in Mandeville. It was like a little Amazon greenhouse,
Yeah.
and I had some hibiscus in there one year. Oh, there's another story behind all that too. The greenhouse, the little Amazon greenhouse, turned into a 10 by 15 greenhouse, and then the 10 by 15 greenhouse turned into a 15 by 21 greenhouse, and then 15 by 21 greenhouse turned into 2 more little side greenhouses, and then the
Did-
kids didn't have anywhere to play in the backyard anymore.
The whole backyard was a garden. It was one giant greenhouse.
It was a massive greenhouse,
There we go.
irrigation
And
pipes
you-
going everywhere.
And you just needed more land, which is
So
how
now,
the 8 acres came about.
first thing we did in Franklinton was I registered with the USDA as a farm tract. In
As
the-
a farm track?
Yeah, so I have a track number, and my property is a farm. So the USDA
It's
knows
Lowers
me.
your property taxes, too.
So what
A lot.
does it?
Yeah, so but it's weird. So
Is there
they do have control over what I do with my land now. So if I wasn't registered, they would never look at me and never care what I do with my land.
So
now
what-
that I'm registered,
so
I
what do
gotta
you mean?
watch how many trees I cut down. There's so many little
really?
things that go with that. Yeah.
So you can't even so if you got a big nasty oak that you know is going to fall on your house, you got to like get permission or some shit.
No,
or?
one tree's fine. But if I took a whole forested area and cleared it, like beyond the stumps, if you leave it's weird. If you leave the stumps there, you're fine, because the
What
grade
the-
will never change. The drainage and the waterway does the same thing. But when you start taking whole forest away and you clear the stumps, it's actually you got to
Oh.
go and like get permission for all that. Like
I mean that does make sense, but I mean that's still
they can
that's-
tell you what to do.
but you're
They can tell you yes or no.
really. So if you're just like I want to clean off, you said what did you say the back? Would you say the back 2 acres is still as Mother Nature made it?
Yep.
And if you wanted to
back
clear like half an acre off of one of those, whatever it is, that you'd have to get permission to do that.
technically, yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
shit.
If you're gonna clear the stump.
Yeah. Like I just want to put a basketball court because my kid's starting to play basketball or some shit when he gets older. Oh, jeez, that's crazy. But you like it though. I mean, obviously you're okay with it.
It's amazing. Yeah.
And I think this is something we have talked about before. So how big a greenhouse do you have at your place now? Because you're growing stuff now, right?
Yeah, I grow tropical hibiscus purely. So I don't really grow. I mean, I grow lots of stuff. I mean, I grow pears, peaches, muscadine, bananas, satsumas. I learned something from that 2018, 2019 when we stopped getting paid. I had premature triplets at home, and the government was like, "Oh, we're not going to pay you."
Yeah, we all remember that.
And I think my boss's wife was like, "Oh, have a yard sale. Sell all your shit." I was like, I need to be more self-sufficient.
Yeah, that's horrible advice.
So, so anyways,
Yeah. You were you were looking up. You're just like reminiscing, like those motherfuckers. That's what they fucking told me to
you
do.
must be self-sufficient. I don't
Yes.
care about your digital money. I don't care what you're willing to pay for gold.
Yep.
You must be able to take care of yourself.
Yep, bro, I have said that exact same thing on other podcasts before, and I was like, if the world was to fucking end and you come to me with a bar of gold, I'm not giving you a loaf of bread.
It's only worth what
Fuck
somebody's
you.
willing to pay for it.
Fuck you. I'm not giving you shit for a fucking gold bar. I don't fuck that.
It's like, here, I got this Barry Bonds rookie card. You want it?
Nope.
I invest in lead.
Yeah, there we go. See, if
that's
you got
actually kind of a good one.
brass lead,
Copper lead.
now we can talk. When
Yeah.
we could talk when shit hits the fan. I'm totally okay with that. Since we're talking about shit hitting the fan, do you feel you're at a point right now to where you could be self-sufficient or enough to get by, let's say, for a year?
I could. It'd be rough. I would need actually a doctor, but yeah, I could get, beef cattle. I could throw some horses out there. There's enough land that legally do it. But
Are you looking at, as I think maybe we talked about before, are you looking at getting a cow?
yeah, that's the long-term plan. So
So you want a cow, and you want a
Like a dairy cow or a beef cow?
beef cow. We don't have the time for dairy
dairy.
cow.
Do
I
you
wish,
use
but
the
no.
goats for
oh yeah,
No,
yeah,
for
that's-
milk?
The goats we would love to, but no.
Lawnmowers.
Yeah, they are landscape artists, and they're shitty landscape artists too. So they're picky.
You talk about that. Oh man, I got interested, and I don't know how I went down the rabbit hole, but there is this fucking company that actually does say if your shit is overgrown and you need it cleared, they actually bring out goats, and they will, like you pay them. I don't know, it's probably cheaper than what somebody to come in there with a bush hog would, but they would literally just let the goats go, and they're just like, we just need like a week.
Where they really come into their own is on really steep
Yeah,
elevation changes where you can't cut.
Yeah, unless you have one of them
goats
arm
don't-
things.
The
Yeah,
goats don't care.
yeah, they just fucking eat.
They love, climbing weird stuff and falling, busting their head, get back up, and just do it again.
Of course, they love climbing weird things. I have a picture of one of them on your back, so of course.
You're calling me weird?
Yeah. Are you saying you're not? If you weren't weird, well, I don't think we'd be friends. But you're a little off.
Maybe that's why they have the rectangle pupils. It's like tunnel vision. They only just see what's in front of them. They don't realize that, I'm on a ledge.
It's actually
How many times has your goats headbutted you so far?
none. Because
No?
if one of them did, I would probably put them on a skewer.
Hey, babe, we're having goat for dinner.
That's cause for
This motherfucker just got fucked.
that's like a minor infraction during wartime. It's like you're going down.
So you got no interest in, goat milk, goat cheese kind of thing?
I would love it all,
Or is it-
and to make like crazy,
Have you looked in?
soaps and stuff like
Have
that.
you looked into it? Is it complicated, or is it something you know about?
The amount of time I spend on my plants.
We're gonna
I
get
don't-
into that too.
I don't have time for goats and milk for dairy.
Okay, just so our listeners know, Tim is a hardcore, correct me, hibiscus flower grower, right?
Hardcore. Is
Hard-
that
Bro, you're hardcore.
I'm like emo core?
You.
No.
What the
So
shit?
no,
I'm
it's a
emo.
passion for sure. So it started. You want to know how it started?
Yes, go ahead. Let's get enlightened. How did you get started on hibiscus of all things?
Okay, so when me and the wife used to travel in the Caribbean once a year, and we'd go around America once a year on a trip. So
All right.
the Caribbean trips were great. I learned a lot about third world countries, but when we had triplets, I learned. I just knew that the Caribbean thing wasn't going to happen
What
anymore.
countries are you talking about? Because I can only think of one third world country in the Caribbean.
They're all third world countries.
That's a harsh statement.
Dom Rep, Haiti.
So Tortola is not
Haiti
pretty.
for sure.
Tortola's not pretty outside the tourist areas. Antigua's not pretty outside the tourist
Hell,
areas.
Bahamas aren't
St.
out.
Lucia is ugly behind the tourist areas.
Bahamas ain't really pretty outside of the tourist
No,
areas.
Bahamas so sketch. Even the main
Yeah.
island right there by the
Yeah.
big resort.
Yeah, if you leave the all-inclusive joint, you're probably gonna get robbed.
Oh man, you're gonna get shot. Just
Yeah.
kind of guess what kind of bullet's gonna hit you.
Okay, wait. I'm gonna raise the bullshit flag on that one.
Raise it.
Me and Freddie, I won't give his last name,
Good.
rollerbladed around Santo Domingo, the Dominican Republic, at night for like 5 hours.
Hang on, you just said rollerbladed. So
It was a long time ago. Okay.
Yeah, they did that in the 70s.
You just that was a long time. Things have changed since then.
So if I was a Dominican and it was 9:00 at night and I saw a porn stash coming at me on rollerblades,
It would have been kangaroo. Hey, boy, what you doing? Oh, fuck. I know we done fucked up.
you know that it's not the usual suspect here. Like, there's something weird about this one. I'm not touching this one.
Yeah, that's a little off.
Everything was good until we went into the museum, and everybody that worked there was like staring at us for about 15 minutes, and nobody wanted to come up to us until finally the manager came up and he's like, y'all have got to leave.
Yeah.
We're like, oh, okay.
Well, yeah, because you had those little 70s fucking high thigh fucking shorts on and looking all fucking weird and shit.
That sounds like my first haircut attempt in East New Orleans.
Oh, shit, you went to East New Orleans for a haircut?
Well, that was your
Wow.
mistake right
Yeah,
there.
that's
That went silent when I walked in the room for like, I was counting seconds.
Yeah,
And then
that's...
the main barber was like, you want to wait outside?
Did you really get told that?
Yeah, no, that's not a lie. Why would I make that up?
God damn. Yeah, that sounds... I mean, East New Orleans, yes, that sounds correct. But, you know, you're of the wrong persuasion.
Up in New York, I wouldn't be. In Boston, I wouldn't be. You know, that's like, you know.
You know, the funny thing is...
That was
You do know
culture
we're in the
shock.
deep south here,
Yeah,
right?
that was culture
Well-
shock coming
well, wait.
down here. That was day one.
Oh yeah, it's definitely. But here's the thing. The thing that's weird though is one of the things that is I understand it. Not that I understand New Orleans, you know, immensely, but New Orleans was the basically like southern version of New York when it comes to the hodgepodge melting point of all races, creeds, ethnicities, and absolutely everything. Because New York, that's where everybody came. You know, a long time ago, that's where they came through to get processed. And New Orleans prided itself on, this is where we all get along and we don't give a fuck
It's
what
still the
color
same
you
way.
are.
It's still the same way up there, too. I'm just making it. I'm exaggerating the story here.
Well, no, I mean, like, East New Orleans is, you're the wrong persuasion to go to East New Orleans, bro.
I mean,
You sure you weren't in the Ninth Ward?
that's exactly. So I was in barracks.
God
You know, I was living in barracks. It was my first
wait.
day.
Was this when the base New Orleans was over in New Orleans East?
Yeah. So I was living in barracks my first day. No one says anything to
I
me.
wish I had taken a pic.
There's no safety
What, is
warning
it
on
that-
like,
you-
we're going to go send you to East New Orleans to go live in barracks as a kid. And we're not going to tell you anything about East New Orleans. We're just going to put you there.
It's not East. It's not New Orleans East. It's the Ninth Ward, dude. Okay, This is how bad it is. When I was on a ship, we pulled into New Orleans. Everybody wanted to go to the French Quarter. It's like, all right, we'll go to the French Quarter. So we were out cutting up, drinking. Finally, about 2:00, everybody's like, yeah, we got to get back to the ship. It took us 4 cabbies before we found one that would take us back to the base in New Orleans East.
What?
Yes.
Get the fuck
They're like,
out.
no, I'm not driving in there. I get shot at every time I do. I was like, oh.
What the
Okay.
fuck? When was that?
Let me see. I was on
100 years ago.
Buttonwood.
He's not that old.
Except for it's still the same. Except for the Ninth Ward is basically abandoned now.
Oh, no, it's not.
I mean, there's still some people, I guess. But
It would have been like 1989.
Oh shit. Jesus.
Oh, yeah, it's pre-Katrina.
Jesus Christ. That's fucking crazy.
Oh, yeah, no, it's sketchy as fucking there.
So New York is still the same. I mean, so everybody in New York knows their place, right? So you can be at a place and you could get the same treatment in New York.
Well, all right. So here's my thing. I think every single person from New York that I've ever met, I get along with. And like I said, and when I say New York, I'm gonna say New York City because that's where I go in my head. And my theory is that New Yorkers are all packed on top of each other, and there's so many fucking people there that they're all fucking angry, and they have no idea why the fuck they're angry until somebody like you detaches and removes themselves. And they're just like, oh, man, I never realized how fucking angry I was before until I left. And I'm fucking angry. Like, I got fucking issues all day long, and I'm totally okay with that. But it's just like, I meet angry people from fucking New York City, and we fucking cuss at each other, and, like, nobody means anything by it. We're just fucking, that's just how we get along. And then it's just like, dude, you're fucking all right. You sure you're not from up north? And I was like, no, motherfucker, I'm from the south, and I just fucking hate people. Go fuck yourself. And the New Yorkers are like, yeah, fuck you too. And it just goes down the hill. It's like, bro, are we what's that, fucking Step Brothers? Did we just become best friends? Yup.
Yep.
You want to go do some karate in the garage?
Yep.
I'm like, what the fuck is going on? And it just, I mesh well with fucking New Yorkers, but I mean, maybe that's why we get along. I don't know.
There's so much to hate, right? So if you're from the Bronx, like
Well,
if
maybe
you
I hate.
if you were a Yankee fan, you'd hate the Mets. Or if you were from the Bronx and you were a Met fan, you would hate everybody around you. There's just so much hate, so much. You just can't hate enough.
So that's why it works for me, because I just fucking hate everybody. It's like I don't have time for racial discrimination or
No,
sex. I just
it's not about
fuck you. I
race.
just hate you because you're a fucking person. Like, dogs are awesome. Dogs get a pass. I don't give a fuck. If a dog eats me, just a pit bull comes down here and kills me right now, I'm not going to fault the dog. But if a person comes down here and attacks me and I lose and I die in a fucking fight or some shit, I'm just going to be like, fuck you, man. I'm going to come back and haunt your fucking bitch ass. Like, it's just fuck that. So your farmer shit. All right, let's get back to farmer shit. We're gonna fucking talk about
Yes.
fucking ever. Your farmer shit.
So I'm
So-
about to build a 30 by 72 greenhouse. It's pretty much commercial scale.
Holy shit. 30 by 72?
Yeah.
Okay, so that was one thing we've talked about. And since you're a registered, how did you say it
So
earlier?
I'm a registered tract. So I have a tract number. So I'm a farm.
Okay, so
And
does anybody help you out with that?
no, it's just me.
No, I mean, like, if you're gonna build a big, you have a greenhouse now, and you're gonna build a bigger one.
Yes, yeah.
So didn't you say before one of our brief conversations, like the USDA or somebody? Does somebody help pay for some of that?
Oh,
or?
yeah. So the USDA. So before I made any purchases for this greenhouse, I put an application in with the USDA for something called a USDA cost share program. And
Cost share?
cost share program. So it helps out beginner farmers.
So they want you. They want you, or they want the citizens to better themselves, to try
to keep certain like percentages of certain amounts of land farmed. For me in my program, it's about like energy efficiency and using greenhouses to become more efficient on energy usage and water usage and all that.
Yeah.
But there's a lot of different programs out there. Like you can use this program to build a pond, to build your fences.
You
They
you can
want
you can use the program to build a pond.
Yeah. They want so
Well-
much land to be agricultural. They want so much land to be timber managed. They want.
Will they like just a pond, or like a stocked pond, like with fish?
So if it was different reasons, I mean, I don't know all the details behind it, but
No, yeah.
if you had a cow pasture and you needed a pond, I think that might be one of the reasons that they would
Oh yeah, water the cows kind of
they
thing.
would help you
Yeah.
build the pond.
Oh, that's crazy. That's I love that concept though.
But here's the cost share
really-
program. So
Yeah.
they know what all this stuff is worth, right? How much does it cost to build a pond? How much does it cost to build a greenhouse?
People walking by.
So you can't get the better of the situation there. Like you're not going to get more money than
No, but I mean
what it
they
is.
they help though. So I mean that's
yeah. So
because I didn't know that they even. Sorry, y'all. Somebody is walking around the park and the dog's going nuts. I just think that's fucking super dope though, because I mean, like they're trying, like like you said, they're trying to make sure, keep farming, keep growing something, keep doing this, and that's fucking awesome.
in my scenario, I'm trying to take a plant that's been around for hundreds of years, and I'm trying to breed it to be better for this environment in South Louisiana.
And
So
what
I'm
plant
trying I'm trying to hybridize the tropical hibiscus so that it will grow here as a regular floricultural crop in South Louisiana, and so that
is hibiscus? So you're big on hibiscus, and we touched on it earlier, but is that not native to Louisiana kind of thing?
it is. We have mallow. We have like maybe 26 different kinds of mallow up and down the Gulf and the East Coast, and mallow is a hibiscus. Cotton is like a hibiscus, and What's that slimy vegetable that you put in your gumbo?
Okra.
Okra is a hibiscus, right? So
What is it? Why did everybody
weird.
jump in on that? Like they were, yep, I know that is.
So it's weird. Some of these things will actually cross-pollinate, and you could play with these genetics. And I'm trying to create something that will be good for here on a floricultural level. So something that is
Jeez.
marketable and
So, in your hibiscus plan, are you doing this to try to make money, or is it just something that you're passionate about?
it's actually weird. Yeah, so I'm doing all that
Or
crazy
is it,
stuff.
or it could be
In-
both. So I mean, maybe it's both. I'm
In reality, I want to hybridize one that's pink, purple, and blue, and I want to name it after my wife. And then that's all I really care about.
oh
Because
That's so sweet.
I used to buy flowers, and before they would die, I would like hack off the rose and throw it in a bucket of water and try to root it. Because I was so pissed that I lost money on stupid dead flower.
It's fun. It's so funny. He got into fucking flower culture out of anger that the fucking things died.
Well, all right. Actually, going back a little bit. So the reason I got into it was because, the triplets were born. I wasn't going to the Caribbean anymore. So I turned my backyard into a tropical.
Certainly aren't. Not on a military fucking guy pay.
My backyard in Mandeville was all palm trees, bananas, hibiscus, all this tropical stuff. And I kept on I had an Excel spreadsheet. It was like I was trying to get certain colors in the yard at certain times of year. And I kept on drifting back to hibiscus because no matter what time of year, I could find a color that I wanted to plug in the yard. But
Is hibiscus like an all-year flower, or is that like a?
it's not
It's
really.
not?
So probably
Is part of your culturing?
April through November, you can have them outside. Maybe December sometimes.
So are you trying to cultivate one that would be all year long? Like,
Or at least one that
because I
will-
mean we're
if
cold here. Yeah, because we're cold here. What, 2 weeks?
Or just like the native hibiscus. So if it does die back, it'll come back every year.
Like a
faithfully.
perennial. What
Yeah.
is-
Yeah, perennial. Yeah.
Like you buy it
Yeah.
once and you're good. It's not a good business plan, but
It's
It's,
something. It's just it's like a goal that you want to achieve.
yeah.
Okay.
Like
yeah.
it actually does have value, even though you won't get rich off it. I
No,
won't
but
be
I
driving
mean-
a fancy car.
No. But I mean, how satisfying would that be to be able to create something to do that, to get your goal? Hey, I've done enough cross pollination. I've done all this shit that this fucking flower will. Yes, it's gonna die when it hits fucking. What do we get? What's the coldest we got last year? When it was winter, like
Ooh.
Oh, it got cold
Bad.
last year. We were down in the low
8.
teens.
I was
Yeah.
at 8 in Mandeville,
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
8 degrees Fahrenheit.
And
And
you-
I was in the greenhouse all night that night, like breathing on my plants, because I had like double insulated it. It's like just a man-made, like a homemade greenhouse, temporary shelter.
Okay, now imagine. Say that again.
I had my greenhouse. It was 8 degrees outside, and I kept it at 33 somehow.
Holy shit!
And my plants survived. It was crazy.
Jeez.
But yeah, I probably have like $10,000 worth of plants. Like just that's not how much I spent, but just all the seeds that I've grown, how much it's all worth.
yeah,
Like
yeah.
hundreds of plants is a lot,
Oh yeah.
and time and energy that I've put into it. But
How much time and energy do you think? So you work at least, average 40 hours a week.
okay, so
How much time do you think you put into your hibiscus? Look, I know you do other things. I know you got all these other.
And he drives an hour each way to get into work.
Yeah, because that's far away from fucking New Orleans. But like, aside from your 40-hour week, how much time do you think you spend on just hibiscus? Like not
per week.
not dealing with animals and not like all the other plants and shit like that. Just like because your hibiscus is your big thing. Like
Yeah,
that's your passion.
if I'm being neglectful, a half hour a day. That's neglectful. So I
Jeez.
should be 3 hours a day.
Holy shit!
And that'd be more on top of my stuff. When I'm neglectful, I'll lose plants because I'm not paying attention to, roots getting a fungus or something like that.
Oh
And
wow,
plants start dying.
you're really paying attention.
Yeah, like
Oh
that,
shit!
that's one thing that this hobby is so great. One of the passionate parts about it is that I was trying to become a master gardener in Louisiana. I couldn't get my name on the list and get to the class.
Can
And
you really say it's a hobby? You buy 8 acres and you're building a 32 by 70 greenhouse.
I'm not commercial. I'm actually registered as a farm, but I am not commercial. I've never made money off of what I do.
Okay, wait. I want to step back. You were saying something, and then Kangaroo jumped in. What were you just saying right before he cut in?
Oh man,
you were saying something about. Oh shit! I missed my whiteboard.
Backtrack.
This is why I have a whiteboard at the house, so I can write down. So I can write down things when I fucking think of it. Because you're talking about the fucking plants, and then you said something about the fucking government or son of a bitch. We should just pause and hit rewind and be like, "What did we say?" And then like, "Oh, there we go. That'd be fucking great."
I don't even know what I was talking
Son
about.
of a bitch. You're supposed look. You're younger than me. You're supposed to fucking remember things. And I know Kangaroo ain't gonna remember shit because he's older than me.
Well, all right. Man, we're wasting their time now. All right.
It's all right. We got plenty of time. Gotta figure out how to dim these fucking
What
lights.
Mosquitoes just came out in force.
What
Did
did they
they?
even say when
They're crawling all over the laptop.
Are they really?
Yeah.
the wind is blowing hard?
Oh, it's fans, bro.
Oh,
He hasn't noticed the fans.
I'm like Fabio over here.
All
You
right.
have a buzz cut, Tim. How are you, Fabio?
It's my imagination.
Oh, okay. All right. That's fair.
Oh, is Fabio the guy who got hit in the face with a duck or some shit on that fucking roller coaster ride?
You seriously don't know who Fabio is?
If it's the guy that got hit in the face with a duck on a roller coaster ride, then yes. If it's
No.
not, then I don't have a fucking clue.
No, I don't think Fabio ever got hit in the face with a duck on a roller coaster. No.
If he looks that shit up, you owe me a hibiscus.
Were we talking about diseases or something and the amount of time I was spending on them?
We were. And then you said something that triggered something, another thought in my head, and then I think we got sidetracked, and then Kangaroo fucked us up. Because you were talking about spending time doing, checking for diseases and blah, 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 and then something else. But it's okay.
It was a goose.
So he did get hit in the face?
Yeah, there's a YouTube video about it.
Fabio got hit in the face with a goose on a roller coaster?
Then I was right.
Was it his hair doing amazing things while it happened?
Yes, it got hit. It went forward when it hit his face, and momentum took place, and the hair went forward, and the duck was like, "Wow, my hair looks great." Yeah, I know who that fun guy is.
There's photos of blood all over his face.
There we go. See,
I
told
didn't
you.
I didn't agree to it, but I'll give you a hibiscus. I'll give you a plant. I got hundreds.
No, I want a fucking banana plant.
Thousands. I do bananas too.
I want a banana plant.
You want Chiquita banana plant? Tastes like ice cream.
what?
Yeah. You want Chiquita banana? It tastes like ice cream.
That's not a fucking real thing.
It's a real thing.
The fuck out of here.
I swear. But it's tricky though.
You have a banana plant that grows bananas, like everybody goes to the store and buys, but it tastes like ice cream.
Yeah, it's a Chiquita banana plant that's bred to taste like ice cream.
Did they do it, or did you crossbreed it and make it happen?
I don't even know. I got it from this plant seller who sells edible plants. They're local here.
Edible plants.
I think they're from Metairie. But yeah, I hack the little pups off it and I sell them normally.
Get the fuck out.
Yeah.
You've ate them, right?
Yeah.
And it really tastes like ice cream?
It's tricky to get them. To get banana plants to produce bananas is tricky. So you have to feed the crap out of them.
What do you feed them?
10-10-10.
Oh, yeah.
10-10-10.
Fertilizer?
Yeah.
Okay. So not some weird special shit.
No. But you can't let the pups feed off the sides. Every time a little pup volunteer comes off the side of it, you have to hack it off, clean it. I'd hack them off and repot them and sell them.
Really?
There's a little side
Oh,
money.
shit. That's fucking crazy.
Easy money.
How many bananas trees you got?
Oh, I'm down to just one, so I got to wait till some pups come off. But I could give you one.
You sold them?
Well, no, when I sold my old house,
Oh, they were there?
yeah,
You
the
just let- oh, you just let-
mama plant was there. I took one of the pups with me.
Okay. Yeah, that makes sense. That's fucking crazy, though. It tastes like fuck. I mean, I know it sounds fucking weird because it's like I went to the store not too long ago and going past the fucking grapes, and they were like, "Hey, these are cotton candy grapes," and it's like, "There's no." I
No.
literally bought them because I was like, "You're
Yeah.
full of fucking," and I was like, "Oh shit, it's
Yeah.
fucking cotton. It's a fucking grape. How
So-
do you make a grape taste like cotton candy?
With the bananas, you put it in the ground the first year, it gets established, grows like a beast. It's not going to give you any bananas year 1. Year 2, you let one stalk grow and you feed the crap out of it, 10, 10, 10, however regular basis.
Yeah.
Just Google that shit and it will give you bananas.
Get the fuck out. You said you do muscadines?
Yes, my first year I'm establishing 2 muscadine vines, 2 different varieties.
Do you need more?
No, I think that's going to produce, if I feed it correctly, those 2 vines are going to give me way more than I need.
Yeah, I was gonna say because I actually I didn't. When I first got here, I don't know, 5 years ago, I had a large L-shaped garden in my backyard, and I grew corn, tomatoes, peppers, potatoes, watermelon. Like I grew all kind of fucking shit. I grew herbs. I know it's herbs, but herbs.
Do you have any problems with the potatoes around the other plants?
No, because I had them spaced out enough to where none of the other plants actually came into play.
That was my first lesson with incompatible crops was potatoes. So if you let like a potato go bad underground, it starts harvesting like bugs.
Oh, yeah.
And those bugs will start going
Yeah.
on to like your broccoli and some other weird
Yeah.
stuff that just doesn't do well with those bugs.
So have you ever looked into that about, like, well, I forget what they call it, trifecta or some shit,
BT?
where you grow one thing and another thing and another thing all in itself, and the crop that you grow and the second thing that you grow prevents certain bugs and the other thing prevents certain diseases. Have you ever looked into that?
Yeah, I've tried.
Because I mean, like
some of it.
I mean, what's the? I don't even know if this is true. This may be fucking racist as fuck. But I mean, like the Indians, they always used to say they grew corn in fish, and then they would plant the fish in the ground to grow the corn. I don't know if that's fucking true. That's just some, old wives' tale kind of shit. But
I think there's like a little bit of truth to it, but in the end, like there's no.
because I mean, there's a thing. It's like you grow corn, this and that, and then like because I looked it up and I was gonna grow it, but I got fucking shitty soil, and I spent a lot of work and a lot of money and a lot of time doing some stuff that I got fucked on because the fucking soil that I got, because it wasn't real good topsoil. It was so topsoil is what you want to grow plants in. Top dirt is where everything breaks down to make topsoil, and I got a fucking truckload of top dirt, which is where all the shit's breaking down, not where you actually grow stuff in.
Yeah, it's
And it's a pain in the ass.
it's like broken down compost with no manure. Just
It's just fucking shit dirt.
yeah,
That's all that it is.
It takes a year for that
Yeah.
to develop
Yeah.
into what you want it to
Yep.
be.
And that's what I told. I told the guy, I was like, "Hey, I'm fucking using this dirt to grow a fucking garden." And the guy was like, "Oh yeah, I got you." And then brought me top dirt, not topsoil.
Dirtbag.
And yeah, it just fucked me all up. So I just wound up just cleaning it all out. It was a big pain in the ass. I was angry about it. Anyway, I'm fucking going in my head now. I'm just
I do
angry.
the same mistake. I
Arr.
do that same thing in my raised beds where I'll get raw compost without manure, just like lumber industry scraps that have turned into dirt, and it's the same thing, but not, even more raw. And I'll put that in my raised beds, and I'll send a soil sample. I'll turn it into the ground, and I'll send the soil sample off to LSU, and they'll tell you, hey, I want to grow tomatoes. They'll say, oh, well, this is what you're at now. This is what you need to add per square foot to get it right. So, oftentimes that kind of fresh dirt material is going to be basic, I think. And you're going to have to make it.
There's a dog.
I forget.
No, I'm glad you brought that.
I had hydrated lime. That was the main thing I needed to add to compost
Oh, okay.
to bring it back into a good place.
Can you mute me because the dog's just tipped over the.
Already muted. I'm glad you brought that up. So the state of Louisiana does that, right?
LSU, yeah.
Okay. So
If you go to like Ace Hardware, in the
Yeah.
front of the store is going to be like this little box. It's like a shipping box, and it's prepped. It's a kit. So Ace Hardware has them. It's a soil kit, and it's like ready to ship. So you just throw a representative sample, like 10 pieces, 10 little scoops of where you're trying to work, and they will And it asks you a questionnaire. What are you trying to plant here? Like, what do you want to do with this dirt? What are you trying to plant? And then they will tailor a report for you.
No shit. That's fucking awesome. I know everybody everybody sees the license plates and they're like Sportsman's Paradise. So everybody thinks of hunting, fishing, shit like that. But I mean, dude, the fucking state of Louisiana is fucking awesome.
Yeah.
Like, I don't care what anybody fucking says. It's super dope. I mean, I'm sure there's other states that fucking do something like that, but only because I've never looked into it. But I mean, that's super awesome. It's just like, hey, LSU, it's probably used for a dual purpose concept. You know, they probably have some like college kids who are just like, hey, if you want to analyze stuff, here's your. So it might be a dual thing, and even that makes it even better. But just to be able to say, hey, I want to do this. Tell me what I need to do, and they're like, do this, that, and the other. Bam, and you're like, dope, because now you got it. It's like if you're like, I want to fucking grow up, goddamn. I want to do a banana farm. Fuck whoever, whatever state or country. I don't even know where bananas are like. Shoot. What is Chiquita's mostly Mexico, is it? Is it not?
There's maps of like the whole world and where bananas grow. So they're in Asia. They're here in Central America. There's a couple other spots. There are little pockets where bananas are big.
But I mean, that's still dope, though. I'd just be like, tell LSU, I just want to grow fucking bananas. Like, I don't care about anything else. I want to grow fucking vanilla ice cream fucking bananas. And they're like, grow this, do that.
I want to make rum. I want to make Willie Nelson rum out of...
Oh, God.
Willie Nelson rum.
I don't think Willie Nelson does a whole lot of rum.
You know what's in there, right?
Yeah, I think we all know it.
They don't advertise that. They're just like, hey, this fake alcohol is going to make you happy.
All right, so let's talk about that. Sorry, so you got into your hibiscus thing. So what's the process of what's the process of, and how the fuck did you get into cross-pollination of different breeds of hibiscus?
So,
because I mean, obviously you were interested in it, and you're just like, fucking hibiscus is dope, and I want to make one for my wife, and I know that's your ultimate goal. But I mean, like, are you grabbing the male part of the plant and the female part and just like putting it together, kind of thing, or like, are you doing some weird sex shit at the house? Or
it
like,
is. It's kinky.
He's like, I got a fucking butt plug for this fucking female part, and like, it works. They love it.
I got stamen tubes getting twisted.
I told you we get fucking stupid on here. You're in some dangerous territory, bro. You may not know what you got into. So
well, I had an Excel spreadsheet, and I was trying to fill my backyard with all these colors, and I kept on drifting back to hibiscus. Well, online, if you look online, there's a lot of AI out there. There's a lot of fake hibiscus flowers online, and you have to be careful what you're looking at. But a lot of what you see online is real. And there's any color combination you can think of this flower. So I couldn't find any. You go to Lowe's, Home Depot, go to the local, specialty kind of nursery, and they're all going to have the same like 3 to 5 varieties, maybe a few extras in there, weird ones.
So you literally went trying to find what you were looking for. Yeah,
I know locally there's an orchid show down in the city once a year, and then I see this advertisement for a hibiscus show down in New Orleans. So I go. I followed the directions on the ad. I ended up at this dude's door in like, I don't know, somewhere in Cajun country. I'm knocking on somebody's door, and I'm calling him, and I'm like, dude, there's no hibiscus show here. He's like, yeah, because you're at my house. He's like, we're back in Metairie right now. So I drive back to Metairie, and I'm still early, but there's a line to get into this show. And I'm like, walk up to the dude who I talked to on the phone, and he's like, this line, I'm serious. This line is like 5 or 10 deep, and it's like 100 foot long.
Get out.
Of people trying to get into this exhibition for hibiscus. So I'm like,
the fuck out.
This line is insane. I walk up to the front, and I'm like, I'm not freaking waiting on this line. So I go talk to the dude, and he's like, yeah, if you want to become a member, pay the $35 membership, and you jump ahead of this line, and you get to go shopping before all these people. And I'm like, well, I know that the $35 is worth it, because by the time this line's done, I'm not going to see anything left over in your sale.
Yeah.
So I paid $35. I actually was short like $5, and the dude lent it to me.
Oh, what?
So anyways,
the flower community is generous.
I walk in the door,
right.
And it was, I'm saying, the whole room, the exhibition that they were showing.
Yeah.
There was an exhibition in the center of the floor, and there was a plant sale in the back of the building. And it was like my jaw dropped, and everything I saw online was real, and it was right in front of me. Every color hibiscus you could imagine was sitting right in front of me on display. I'm like, where is this normally? Like, how does no one know about what is happening here?
But not the color you're trying to make for your wife.
No, it doesn't even exist, because like blue doesn't exist in nature. Only like it's rare, right? In plants and flowers, like blue doesn't exist. Tell me a flower that's blue.
All right. Kangaroo, what you got?
I can't think of it.
If you see
Remember,
a
hit the button
blue,
to
it's
talk.
probably more like purple. It's not really blue, right? But
Is
I can't think of a single blue flower.
in
no,
hibiscus,
yeah, I mean nobody's ever even brought. Is there? Yeah,
it's come real
yeah,
close
producer.
in hibiscus. Like there's people that have come very close to having blue.
really.
So, and I've studied the hell out of it, right? So there's a database, which for a time, I helped manage. So I managed the International Hibiscus Society database.
You managed hibiscus.
Yeah.
Somebody
database.
bred blue roses.
Okay.
Blue roses.
Yeah, somebody bred them. They don't
So
naturally occur.
that's what you're trying to do.
So yeah, it's a very rare, and it
That's
might be
wild.
more of a purple, or it might be AI. I don't know what you're looking at with the rose.
But there's also bluebells, which are in Texas, and that's a naturally occurring plant.
It's very rare.
So
Is that
it
off the
says you
ice?
can order these roses, so I can't imagine that they're
What's the website?
AI, because
Is that where Bluebell ice cream gets their name from?
that's exactly where Bluebell ice cream gets their name from.
Yeah,
You
okay.
didn't know that?
Ah,
Because the cows think Brennan is heaven.
I think Bluebell ice cream's heaven, but you know,
When I think bluebell, I think what tastes like the good old days. What does that taste like?
the good old days.
Yeah, how does something taste like the good old days?
Probably nothing because you're eating 70-year-old pussy.
This just took a turn. All right. So I
Yeah.
walk into this exhibition, right?
Yeah.
And no, $35 well spent. I had
Yeah.
one of my kids is with me, and we're just looking and couldn't believe what we were looking at. And then I went and shopped in front of all these other people. Well, while I was there, I met the president of the American Hibiscus Society. I met a priest who has hybridized all of the Cajun hibiscus. You ever heard of Cajun hibiscus?
No, I didn't know that was a thing.
So there's one nursery in the Baton Rouge area who is pretty much biggest hybridizer in the United States and the biggest grower. I'd probably say they're the biggest grower in the United States.
Yeah.
And I met the guy who hybridizes and kind of became a little bit of a mentor because he's one of the only people, there's very few people in the United States who actually graft hibiscus.
Yeah.
And I had no one to teach me. And I taught myself. I went out and bought like the Bench Grafter's Handbook, and I started farming the rootstock and all that, and I started grafting it myself. And after I taught myself how to graft, I went back and learned I got tips from him, that Catholic priest.
So all your shit that you do with your cross-pollination, that's all self-taught?
Yeah, yeah. Well, I've studied that database that I manage, that I helped manage.
Holy shit. That's
So
crazy.
I just read through this database and watch patterns of what happens when things cross.
No shit.
And what I found is that when you cross a brown with a brown, you're most likely to find your blue.
Really?
So I have a shit ton of brown flowers.
No shit. So it's kind of a cheap poke here, but the knowledge that you've taught yourself and researched, can you pollinate everything?
I have learned.
Oh, actually, that's two. So that's going to be a two thing. So,
Yeah,
one. Do you think you could? Can you do that with any plant?
No, it's got to be the same species.
Well, yeah, but I mean, like anything. So, I mean, like, can you do? This is a joke, and I know you don't, nor are you allowed to. But I mean, like, could you do that with hibiscus? Could you do it with bananas? Could you do it with pears? Could you do it with weed?
Yeah, so that's how they come out with, like, Bradford pear or Honeycrisp apple, or like that's how they come out with their special varieties.
Yeah, so all the same thing.
They take these different varieties and cross them. And it's not easy to do most often. And in order to get something that's worth anything, you might have to cross 100 different crosses of apple and
Get
grow
the
100 different apple trees over 20 years to
Get the
realize
fuck
the
out.
fruit, and then find is one of these unique and worth selling on its own with its own
No,
name.
wow. So there was a lot more shit into it that nobody really knows how they came about.
Yeah,
kind
so
of
for
thing.
me, like I see a cross and I say that brown versus that brown is probably gonna have some cool babies. It's probably gonna have a blue baby. So I make 40 seeds out of there, and out of those 40 seeds, I only get to see 10 that actually come up in flower. And out of those 10, I might have one that's worth keeping and giving a name.
No shit.
So it's a lot of heartbreak and
So
culling off.
you're
crappy
losing.
There's an
plants.
expression you could come to terms with. If you want to find a diamond, you got to move a lot of dirt.
Yeah, that's what it is. It's a
But I
lot
mean,
of
you're
work.
losing like 80% of your shit when you do that is dying.
Yeah, I mean, so my just to get a seed to sprout is like 60 to 80%.
Jeez.
And then from there, you get it to grow to maturity. It could take 6 months. It could take 4 years.
Jeez. I mean, you're really putting a lot of work into this shit, huh?
One thing that I've learned from Coast Guard is that time is not your friend. So if you miss 1 year, if you miss one season, it could set you back 2 or 3 years.
Jeez.
So even though it grows slow, time is not your friend. And then even so, if you want to talk to people who have information in their brains, they're all dying. It's not like a lot of young people doing this stuff. So I need to get possession of all the old people and the old knowledge I can get.
It's all right.
Like
So
you take possession,
yeah.
don't let go.
So all
Squeeze
you
them till their eyeballs
So
pop
all
out.
you old people hibiscus growers, you need to hit me up so I can get you in touch with Tim so he can take that knowledge and keep it going.
Yeah, I'll squeeze you for knowledge until your eyeballs pop out.
That's wild though. There's a fucking a hibiscus convention.
Yeah.
That's fucking wild. I mean, I know anybody can really make a convention and like rent out a joint, but I mean, like when you went to the convention, how many people were there?
It's not like a big like Comic-Con. That's like
No,
more of
I
an
mean,
entertainment kind of
yeah,
thing.
you can't compare. Comic-Con's horrible.
I'm sure there's a business aspect in the background. There's a
Sure.
business meeting somewhere.
Oh yeah.
But so for us, it's a whole bunch of business meetings, and then there's like 1 or 2 nights of more of social events with like raffles and banquets and meals and
Yeah. So the social aspect to make you enjoy something other than just I came here
Business
for
meetings.
flowers. Yeah.
Yeah. But the people who show up to those events are the most serious growers.
I know,
and
that's crazy.
Breeders and
So, the world's changing, and the United States has slowly starting to move towards the legalization of marijuana. Like I said, you never have no association with it whatsoever, nor will you while you're actually in. But if they legalize everything, is that something you think
He's going to be a pot growing mofo.
Do you think that? Because I mean, because Louisiana is it medicinal here? Do they have medicinal?
Yeah, I think it is.
So
Yeah,
it's a-
pretty sure they passed that.
Did they?
It's been actually the commercial people have been growing it for a long time.
Well, I mean,
for different purposes. Definitely for the hemp.
oh yeah. Hemp's a better product than people give credit to. Like hemp can be used in like so much shit. Then like,
You could probably replace cotton entirely with hemp.
yeah.
It's weird when you see where they grow the hemp. There'll be like signs and fences, and they'll be like "Do not enter, authorized people only," and no one
Yeah.
talks about it, but it's out there.
Oh yeah. Because I mean, like there's this place in town where. Well, I in town. There's a place in the state that I've been to before, and it's just like they are registered with the Louisiana State Agricultural Department. And then you go in there, and it's that fucking fake shit, that Delta 9,
Yeah.
whatever the fuck it is. But when you walk in, it's got the counter and everything, but you can see the grow room in the back. And I mean, there's like fucking literal pot plants, like fucking 10 foot tall. And I was like, what the fuck is that? And it's a legitimate pot plant. And I was like, what? All right.
I have no interest in consuming it myself,
Fuck.
unless I had a reason to, like a medical reason or something like that.
Oh, yeah.
I don't disagree with medical, especially for veterans. I don't disagree with medical purposes for it, but it's better than opioids. Or
God,
it,
yes.
it could be a stepping stone
Oh.
to get away from
Oh
opioids.
God, yes, yeah, for sure. Yeah, I'm not gonna do anything. I'll never do anything fucking illegal. Fuck that.
I believe
But
it makes you stupid, or it would make me stupid. That's how I'll put it.
well, like, I got family members who've been doing it their whole fucking lives, and they're pretty goddamn dumb.
I would immediately start laughing like Beavis or Butthead. I just like revert back to like this prehistoric creature. But would I grow it and
half
sell
the people listening don't even remember who Beavis and Butthead is.
Would I grow it and sell it? I mean, if there's a profit to
No,
be
I mean
made.
like if they legalize it, like
All right.
federal, state, every state, every federal level, it's all fucking legal.
there's different levels. You know, there's like organic and not organic, and to be organic is not worth what you're going to get paid for it.
What? All right. Well, do
So
explain.
if
What-
I was farming alpacas to get the piss and the shit, and then use that as fertilizer and make tea and weird shit,
Wait,
like-
is that a thing?
yeah, that's the thing. So organic
fuck outta
weed
here.
is a thing. But to do it is not worth it. Like, you're not going to make much money. You're going to be like,
Is it too much stringent
Slaving
stuff that
away.
you? So it's too much stuff that you have to go through and abide by.
to truly do it and have a good heart about it, yeah,
Really?
it's not worth it.
Could you make a living? You think?
No, not off organic. Inorganic, yeah, sure. But not organic. You wouldn't make a living off it.
So nobody here likes Monsanto. That's what I heard.
No one likes it.
Monsanto, the company.
It's just a chemical company, right?
Yeah, fuck those guys. Have you not ever looked up fucking Monsanto? They're fucking crooks.
I'm sure there's a lot of crooks out there. They're just one of them.
Monsanto's. So Monsanto, like, geez, I know there's been lots of stuff, and they've went through their own shit, and I understand a company wanting to make money and whatever. But like Monsanto, like, would sue farmers when like the trucks would go deliver whatever the seeds and shit is to the farm, and obviously the truck's driving, so there's wind, and then wind actually blows, and it would blow some Monsanto shit into another farm.
Oh, shit.
And then Monsanto was able to sue the farm for growing their shit. And it's like, your fucking delivery trucks blew your shit in my fucking crop.
Wow. I never heard that.
Nah, yeah. If you look up anything on fucking Monsanto, they're fucking crooked motherfuckers.
Most of the bioengineered crops,
Yeah.
like they're engineered and they'll tell you you can't put fertilizer on them, you can't put pesticides on them. If you're going to use our seeds, you have to use them in exactly the way that we tell you to use them.
Yeah.
And if you don't, we'll never sell to you again.
Yep, see? And it's just another open fucking door for fucking the regular fucking
Well, I
farmer.
only know that because of the guy that I bought the land from in northern Alabama before it got taken from me in my divorce.
There we go. I'm glad you throw that in every once in a while.
I'm not angry.
No?
No.
Mm-mm.
So
Doesn't sound like it.
I thought you were going more towards a pesticide kind of argument of hating Monsanto.
No, I mean, just I understand the bioengineering fucking thing and whatnot, but I mean and wanting to protect your rights of the stuff that you've created and that you fucking own, but I mean, there's got to be I'm not a deep thinker, so I can't there's just got to be like a respect thing for just like, nah, bro, I understand the fuck. Like I said, in the scenario that I'm using, it may or may not be true. But like, if a truck really was delivering, like if you bought Monsanto shit and like I had a farm over here and like the truck delivering the stuff to your place and some of the stuff blew off, there's got to be like just a genuine respect level. Just be like, hey, I'm gonna ask you about, hey, it looks like you got some of my shit over there. And it's like, let me go check. Well, yeah, some of it, but like, I shouldn't sue you as being Mr. Monsanto. Go over there and fuck with a little guy.
So if my strawberry crop was done for the year and I like plow it and prep it for the next season, and then your strawberry seeds flew into my property and grew, and it's not my strawberry seeds, I would be a little bit mad. And I might ask you to be, to make up for what you've done to my prepped field. But if there was the other side of it, if I sold your strawberries knowing that they were your strawberries, then that's a little different.
Yeah, well, see, that's what I'm saying, though. Like, it's and again, I could be completely wrong on, because I saw a couple documentaries and I read some shit, but it's all online. It's all taken with a grain of salt. I know that. But it's that scenario, and I fucking get it. But if you're the big bad corporation, do you really want to go fucking with the little guy?
It's rough for the little guy, yeah. Because
So, I mean, like,
trying
yeah,
to patent your idea, right? So I'm on Monsanto. I've genetically modified a strawberry plant,
Yeah.
and it took maybe $10,000 or $20,000 to like patent the plant material.
Yeah, and you had to pay the scientists to biogenetically engineer that. Like, I get the whole thing, and like that's legit. And like, you wind up selling my strawberries, but it's like, do I really want to fuck with the little guy? Do I really want to fucking sue this guy unless because Monsanto shit, the seeds, the way I understood it was, you got to keep buying their seeds or it don't fucking work because it's not a perennial, which means is that the every year fucking term thing?
Perennial means you got to replant every year. Yes.
But I mean,
No, annual means you got to replant every year. Perennial means it comes back.
okay, so I think it's perennial because I think Monsanto shit is annual. Because
pretty much all crops are annual. Like crops like corn and
some of the bioengineer shit, the way I understood it was like you plant the seeds, you grow the shit, it grows fucking great, and that's fucking it. You buy my seeds again the next year.
So one of the things that Monsanto was suing farmers for.
Oh, here we go.
They were harvesting plants and getting the seeds from those plants, and instead of buying seeds again from Monsanto the next year, they were using those seeds.
I believe you can take those seeds and re-hybridize with them. I believe that would be okay.
You think is that something you could do with your experience?
Yeah.
Oh, shit. So if the world ends, shit hits the fan, you're welcome in my fucking compound.
Yeah, it would take a little bit of learning, like figure out, how do the man parts and the girl parts work, but I can figure it all out.
Yeah.
You got to wait for a full moon, and then they start the stabbing pads start dancing.
There we go. There we go, kangaroo. If the fucking shit hits the fan, fucking Tim's in. Farmer Brown here is fucking in.
We're gonna show up with lots of guns and lots of bullets, and we're gonna keep you safe, and you're gonna feed us.
Yeah, yeah. That sounds like a fair deal.
Sounds like a movie.
And he's got cheap labor too because he's got triplets. He's gonna be like, get your fucking ass out there and fucking yeah.
There won't be any worry about child labor laws at that point.
No, hell no. They can be like 8 and be like, motherfucker, you gonna learn today. You're going to fucking learn how to plant.
I think we revert back to if the father dies, then the children can't work.
Nope.
If the father dies.
No, if you die and the kids are working, I'm going to put those little bastards to fucking work. They're going to keep doing what they're doing.
That's how the child labor laws started.
No.
As long as I'm there, it's cool. But once I die.
Nah, bro.
What if your wife remarried? Then they'd have a stepdad.
Yeah. But what if she remarried too?
Wait a minute. We didn't say we would let whoever she's interested in the fucking compound. If Tim dies, she just has to, be husbandless, can't reproduce anymore, or she can leave herself and leave the kids with us. We'll put them to work.
It's like that old joke. Would you beat a widow, Boudreaux?
I don't know.
Well, my name's Boudreaux, but I ain't no widow. The hell you ain't?
I don't know what just
happened.
happened.
I'll tell you that one offline.
Yeah, you
or
might.
at happy hour.
All right, maybe happy hour work. Oh, shit. Fucking, there we go.
I don't think the rest of the world understood the Boudreaux thing.
Well, besides being a last name, lots of Boudreaux out here.
And Thibodeaux. Melançons.
There's even a city called Thibodeau.
There is. It's kind of a shithole.
Supposed to be great for the college shit.
Oh, Harvard on the Bayou?
Yeah.
Nichols?
Yeah. Supposed to be dope for that.
Never been there.
I mean, I've heard lots of stories. I was like, if you're going to Thibodeau, this is where you want to go to school. I'm like, all right.
I think Chef John Foltz is a professor there.
That wouldn't surprise me any. I mean, he's a hardcore coon ass.
Yep.
You say Folsom?
No, John Foltz.
Oh. Folsom's the guy that does the cooking, right?
No, John Foltz is the guy that does.
Oh, that's it. Oh, yeah, that guy. I love that guy.
He's a professor there.
Fucking get the fuck. He teaches there?
Yeah.
He was president of the American Culinary Institute for a number of years, and
no shit.
He's had like 4 restaurants in Louisiana.
That fucking man, that guy and Peter Cullen, Robert Cullen.
You have it. You have John Folse's.
No, I just didn't. I was catching. I got caught up.
Recipe book.
Yeah, I got caught up on the fucking last name. But no, I would love to meet that fucking guy. And then there's Peter Cullen, I think is the fucking. Those are the only two people I want to meet before I die. Although they're both very old, so I'm probably going to miss out on that.
I don't think John Foles is that old.
He looked old in that book that I had. Are you going to look him up?
Yes.
I'd love to meet that cat just to have him fucking sign my goddamn that book of his, because his fucking recipes are phenomenal. You gonna start putting in your
He was born in 1946.
Ooh. He's like 80,
So
82,
Yeah, he's getting up
No,
there.
he's 20 years older than me, so that makes him 78.
78,
So he's getting up there.
80 minus 2.
You're up there. He's getting up there. All right, so bro, if the shit hits the fan, the world goes to fucking shit, you got a place to come. We got you.
I got a place too.
we may drag our shit to your joint just because you're in a fucking rural area. Be like, we're here to protect you when you do your thing. So just feed us and we'll all do our thing and we should be good. That's the way it should work. That's fucking awesome though. No, so all right. So I think the one thing we talk. Did we talk about? I think we may have missed it in our conversation. So the state of Louisiana, you have a greenhouse.
Yes.
So I wanted to make sure I brought that up, and I think we may have got sidetracked, but they pay for.
We didn't actually get into that.
Did we never
detail.
get? Did we miss that? I think we
Yeah.
missed that. All right. So you got a greenhouse, and
So the USDA cost share program. So I put an application in. They came, inspected my property, looked at my application, and what I applied for was a 30 by 72 Gothic arch greenhouse.
okay.
They approved it up to $6 a square foot. And in the end, the amount of square feet, it came out to like $13,800 would be refunded.
Oh wow.
But I had to front the money. So what I did was I was going to buy a greenhouse anyway. So
Yeah.
I went over 13. I went like 20 grand into a
Holy
greenhouse.
shit.
But they're when I do it, when I build it and I build it to specs, they'll come inspect it and they will refund me that $6 a square foot.
No shit. So they're paying for most. You know, it's weird that I don't know. If you go back and look at statistics on how many families used to have some form of vegetable growth, self-sufficient type shit in their yard back then, and like everybody had it, and as times went on, you know, and things became easier and blah blah blah, like nobody wants to go out there and grow any fucking thing, but yet they're still there saying, we want you to grow shit and we'll pay for some of that.
Yeah.
And so you say USDA, meaning U.S. federal funds,
Yep.
but the state of Louisiana manages the bank account kind of thing.
I locked into it before President Trump came in, so my money was funded before then.
Yeah.
Because everything froze after President Trump came in.
Even like on the shit that you do?
Everything federal froze.
No
yeah.
shit.
So
Oh.
I locked in right before it froze, and then
So what's the stipulations on it? Like what are your guidelines? Like, yes, we'll give you some money to grow some shit, whatever, but what's your guidelines that you have to abide by?
I have to go back and look at the program. It's all about conserving water and energy. So there's like a water program. You kind of have to follow how you use your water and how you retain water in the greenhouse, like retaining the humidity. And
Oh, wow, really?
And then you have to have at least some kind of plant in the ground is one of the stipulations. So most of my plants I grow in pots, but you do have to grow something in the ground.
Yeah, so you're doing what they say, hey, you know, Farmer Brown, you got to do this, and you're doing what
I will meet
minimum
the requirements.
Yeah.
Because I can't afford that extra $13,000.
Man, damn, that's fucking crazy. I mean, that makes me want to look into it too, because that's fucking crazy.
Yeah, it's totally worth it.
I mean, I really wish they would do that for anybody. I wish they would just. Why couldn't that just be a fucking tax break?
It's actually not the state of Louisiana that controls it. So inside the state of Louisiana, each parish has its own USDA extension office.
Okay.
And each parish extension office they operate how they need to operate to meet the needs of the community.
Okay. I mean that makes sense about because every city or parish is different. So it
These
may
people do like rice crops mixed with crawfish. And
So I mean, it
do
could vary,
sugar.
but I mean, it's like they would. It would be super fucking dope if they just said, "Hey, if you fucking grow something in your fucking backyard, we'll give you a discount, federal." You know, because I mean, we all fucking pay taxes. So I mean, like, what is like? Hey, I'm gonna spend $5,000. What?
50% of the population doesn't.
I paid lots of fucking taxes.
Yeah, but there's 50% of the U.S. population that doesn't pay federal income tax.
Is that a for real number? 50%?
Absolutely, it's a real number. Not only do they not pay income tax, a lot of them get money back that they never put into the system in the form of earned income credit.
No, that's a kid thing, though, huh?
Yeah, are we still an agrarian-based society and we still need lots of children so that we can keep working in the fields? I mean, did I miss that?
Well, I mean, last time I heard, fucking Trump was going to pay people $1,000 to have kids.
We actually do need to keep having kids.
I don't want me or Kangaroo to reproduce.
Well, if not you, then who's going to do it?
Well, you apparently, because you got fucking triplets. So fuck, you tripled up.
Pretty soon, these Canadians are going to invade.
That's the last thing I'm worried about is Canadians invading.
They might be Nova Scotians. It's the worst case scenario.
All those people on that tiny little island is going to give the U.S. hell. That'd be dope. I'd love to see how long that war lasts. We'd fucking beat Israel's fucking time. Was that Israel had a 4-day war? Yeah, they won.
You're going to have a Scotian queen.
I mean, how hot is she? I mean, I'll call her a queen if she's fucking hot. I don't give a shit.
She's not smoking hot. She's icy hot.
No. We just do some Game of Thrones shit.
She's like Princess Elsa.
Want to watch Frozen?
AI Overview says 47% don't pay federal income tax.
God damn. What site did? What site said that?
It's the AI Overview from Google.
Oh, gee, 47%.
Correct.
That's fucking Jesus Christ. Well,
I'm surprised you've never heard of that before.
I mean, I know I paid my fair share.
You and I pay more than our fair share.
Yeah.
I pay my own retirement and income tax, there's something wrong with that.
Yeah, we're not even doing. The only thing that we're getting back because our fucking retirement is so fucking low is we're getting the taxes back that we paid over 20 fucking years.
Correct.
We might not even fucking wind up getting that back.
I know that I pay almost exactly the same amount in income tax every year that I get from my military retirement.
I started to wonder. Our country's so big, we have 4 time zones, right? I start wondering, like, does China or Russia have time zones like us?
If you count Alaska and Hawaii, we have like 7.
That's insane. And we all have to figure out how to work together. Like, how do we do meetings like around lunch hour? Like, how does that work on the federal level?
It's called Greenwich Mean Time or Zulu Time.
Coordinated Universal Time.
Somebody's getting
There we
screwed.
go.
So
there's a big clock for that.
somebody in D.C. is like, we're going to have an 8:30 meeting this morning. Somebody in Alaska is like, fucker.
You know what you know what? Farmer Brown, how about, what are your thoughts on the time change bullshit?
Should we skip back and forth like the 1 hour?
Yeah.
No.
Because it was their World War II? Question mark? Wasn't it? World War II where they did it to try to have more daylight for the farmers to do whatever?
It's dumb, man. Because when you go down, when you go closer to the equator, right, the sun will come up at like 3 a.m. and the chickens wake up and you wake up and you're like, oh, I feel so well rested. What time is it? And you're like, it's only 4 a.m. I'm going back to sleep.
Yep. Yeah, that's, and the bad thing is that fucking bill got reintroduced and they were talking about that and they were talking about squashing it, but now nobody's heard anything about it. So it's like, why don't fucking Congress do something that actually affects us on it? That's what I want them to do on a day-to-day. Fix this fucking time clock change bullshit.
Wow, you pulled that one out of your butthole, didn't you?
What?
I have a history degree. I didn't know this. World War II legislation imposed daylight saving time for the entire nation for the entire year. It was repealed on September 30th, 1945, when individual states once again imposed their own standard time.
Yeah, because, it was there because we were trying to produce more shit. And
oh, look, it worked. Why don't we just stay on it?
Well, because somebody had to be making.
You know
money
what
off
one of
it.
the reasons they give is, right?
What?
Because kids will be going to school in the dark.
Yeah, I mean, there's points on both sides of it, and it's just like I feel like we can split the difference and just be fucking done. Because I mean, they did it for fucking farming and whatever they fucking did to try to be able to have more daylight, more shit, to be able to produce more stuff and work shit. And like, it is legitimate, like weird for kids to be going to the bus stop nowadays. But when we spend so much fucking money on education and we're not anywhere near top of the fucking world anymore because we spend per capita per child is asked, we blow the money we spend on per kid blows the rest of the world out, but yet we're not educationally where we should be.
Because we're raising idiots.
Well, that if we had more Tims here, I mean, we'd probably be okay because he's fucking self-taught how to crossbreed fucking plants, and he's gonna be a fucking weed genius when he fucking retires when he gets old.
Yeah, we all need ADHD. We all need a little bit.
You're going to fucking hit 60 and you're going to be the weed king. That's what's going to fucking happen. You're going to be like, I've been retired from the fucking military for 30 fucking years and I'm the goddamn weed king.
We should all just go to the
Is he
doctor.
going to have those long ponytails like Willie Nelson?
We should all just go to the doctor
Really?
and say, Doctor, can you inject me with some ADHD?
Oh, that's opening up a whole other can of worms. Some people say JF or RFK Jr.'s doing that. It's RFK, right? Is that right?
RFK.
Yeah, RFK.
Robert F. Kennedy.
Yeah.
What's he trying to do?
He's trying to tell everybody to smoke cigarettes and sound like this.
Oh, I hadn't heard that.
No,
I don't
not.
really genuinely listen to
not.
him too much.
He almost sounds like Randy the Macho Man Savage from back in the day.
He'll spit out like 100 facts and not cite any of it.
Well, that's basically called Congress. That's fucking called Congress.
I respect it when somebody cites what they say. Say, here's what I'm saying, here's the source of it. And it's like a reliable source.
Well, people, you wasn't around about the last podcast was conspiracy theories. And they questioned.
But that Rougarou is real.
The Rougarou, yeah, the Rougarou is real. And apparently Bigfoot is pretty predominant down here in Louisiana also.
Oh, man.
Multiple sightings.
Oh, man.
But it's like whenever you go and you're just like, well, conspiracy theories argue or question legitimate sources. And then when you give them a legitimate source, they fucking say, well, you can't trust the education because education is tainted. So it's just like there's no
You're just
winning.
getting hung up on the whole flat earther thing because, they're a bunch of idiots.
All right, let me tie on the credibility and sourcing your information versus conspiracy theory. Let me tie a new one on.
Oh, yeah. Let's
All right.
what we got.
So imagine, all right, you step on a scale and it says you check the scale, right?
Okay.
And you know the scale's right. You step on it, it says that you're 192 pounds, right?
All right.
Then you go to work and you're getting weighed in, and this scale hasn't been checked or anything like that, right? And you step on that scale and it's like 110 or 210, and you're like, wow, that was
Way off.
18 pounds off.
Yeah.
All right, and you're only talking about 200 pounds, right? And 18, that's like 10% or 5%,
Yeah.
like that.
Yeah.
Imagine you're talking about carbon dating something and you're saying this thing's 3 million years old. What's 5% of 3 million? Like, that's pretty far off. And
150,000?
that's,
Oh, I was told there'd be no math.
but I'm just saying, like,
Where's Tammy? She left.
She did you inside.
who has ever proved that carbon dating is 100% accurate? Or are we just like in school teaching people things and saying they're facts, but they're really not?
How do you define 100% accurate? I don't think anybody tries to say that carbon dating is 100% accurate.
Like when a teacher brings up a subject as if it is truth, but doesn't tell his impressionable students that this is not scientific law. I'm just throwing it out there as if it sounds good and legit.
Is carbon dating accurate? Or
Define accurate.
No one was ever alive.
I mean,
to
when
say.
you're talking about something that's measured in millennia, then yes, it is. But it's not. You can't say, it's 482,646 years and 318 days old. No.
But I mean, is it like Is it like what is it like 95% accurate? Is it 98, 99? I mean,
I don't know the answer to that question, but I
'Cause,
know
I mean,
that
I
it
get-
is considered
yeah, I mean, I get
an accurate way of dating truly old things.
yeah. Because I mean, I get where Tim's coming from. Like, you're saying 1% is 300,000 fucking years. Then yeah, that's a really big fucking gap. But
If your scale is off a little
yeah,
bit.
half
You're
a percent.
talking,
Oh,
oh,
it's only
Oh, the
150,000
Earth
years
is
off.
4.6 billion years
Yeah.
old. Well, how far is that off?
Yeah. And we've only been here X amount of fucking years, so you start questioning shit, but that's some funny shit.
It makes me think about my New York public education. Like you were saying, wrapping it back into the education system in America, my New York public education wake-up call when I moved down south. And, education is so different.
Was it better up there than here?
100% not. It's
100% not?
No, the public education in New York would prefer you
it's-
forget that you ever had a religion. Like hundreds of years of your family history, just don't even think about them being having a religion and a belief and a morality system. Just forget it.
You're saying the education system in Louisiana is better than New York?
No, it's just New York is so left. I don't care. I'm not even putting Louisiana on any kind of plane.
Oh yeah. I mean, like anybody can.
I just left the New York box, and once I left the New York box, I can look back and say,
no, it's just like anybody can shit on fucking Mississippi. I mean, like it's just
not hard.
Yeah. I mean, it's
Actually, I think Louisiana slipped below Mississippi, so
Get the
Louisiana is now
fuck.
50 and Mississippi's 49.
get the fuck
In
out. There's
education, yeah.
no way that fuck. Oh my god, what the fuck? But if the scale dropped astronomically, then does it really matter?
Yeah, I mean, we're talking about 49 and 50. Really? That's
Yeah,
you
no,
aspire to be
yeah, I know.
49?
Well, that's why Arkansas is happy. At least there's Mississippi. All right, what you got to think about? You got any all right, how about this? We've been chatting for about an hour and 40 minutes. So we're going to say, Tim, what advice or what would you tell somebody who wanted, maybe we're just going to go with a generalization, just say somebody in Louisiana, somebody hears this and is like, shit, I want to do what Tim's doing. Do you got any advice or guide for someone who is wanting to start to do what you do?
On the hibiscus level, or just generally?
Don't do it.
Just on the general level, like not, or maybe, I
Okay.
mean, you can throw the hibiscus in there, but the hibiscus not as in I want to focus on hibiscus, but learning how to cross-pollinate to kind of grow something that you want, and then maybe starting a small farm, and then possibly growing said farm more and more. Do you have any like general advice or something that somebody should look at?
If you are passionate about something, go straight ahead. Do not ever stall, because stalling could set you back years. There's different levels of people who are doing the same thing you're doing, and they're going to tell you different things from their opinion. Most of the time, they're all full of shit. Follow your passion. That's the right way.
And check with the state agricultural department to see what programs they have to help increase what you want to do with aided funds.
If you're not paying attention, even they're full of shit. Everybody's full of shit.
Everybody
Just follow your passion. Go straight ahead. Plow your own path, because people are going to tell you how to plow it.
I got plenty of comments I can make on that.
Honestly, I think every successful or rich person, you can look at them and say that person's crazy or insane. How many people have talked trash about Elon Musk?
No, both sides. No, one side did. He was the savior for a while. Now he's the most hated villain on the planet.
I think he was always kind of passionate, but also kind of crazy
Oh, he's a
Right.
he's a lunatic for sure.
in a way. Maybe
Oh, yeah.
ADHD or ADHD.
he's-
Just
Yeah, he's a fucking lunatic. He used to be the left's savior, and now he's the most hated thing on the left.
Well, when he wants something, he spearheads it. You know.
Oh, he does.
Shovel the bullshit to the side. A lot of people have a lot of bullshit.
Yeah.
So imagine, in my world, you know, I grow hibiscus, right?
Yeah.
There's commercial people, there's big growers, and there's hobbyists. People at Home Depot and Lowe's just buying plants.
Oh,
And
yeah.
everybody has different advice. And the commercial people might be giving you bad advice and telling you bad things because they don't want you to be successful.
Ooh.
And
look
a
at
lot
that.
of the other side, a lot of the people shopping at Home Depot and Lowe's are also dumb, and they're giving you bad advice because they don't know any better.
Hmm?
But that's part of the reason that, you know, these plant societies exist, purely for education and forwarding the genetics. But even inside of those societies, which should be protected, you have people that are full of shit. I'm going to continue to circle around people that are full of shit.
It's funny that there are fucking shitty people in the hibiscus world too. That's fucking hilarious.
It's everywhere.
Can't even grow anything nowadays without people being fucking assholes.
I think we need to use the term "you're full of shit" more often. Just tell people.
No, I tell that. I tell that to myself and everybody else that hangs around me. You're fucking full of shit.
No, yeah, I'm full of shit too. I am full of shit. If you follow my advice, you're gonna be dragging your freaking knuckles. They're gonna get bloody, and one day you might get to the place you wanted to get to.
Kegger, what you got? We're fixing to kick it off into happy hour. What you got?
Nah, I'm good. I want to say thanks for coming, Tim. It's been very educational.
Yeah.
When they legalize weed, I'll be hitting you up on to learn how to do it.
I'll start collecting my goat piss for you.
There you go.
There we go.
Yeah.
We'll go fully organic.
Yeah, learn to make goat cheese.
I thought about doing soap. I don't know about cheese. I'm gonna take so when you get the raw milk and sometimes it tastes a little funny because the cow's got into something,
Yeah.
I'm actually gonna start doing cheese
All right.
because you can't drink that crappy milk.
All right. If you make a product out of your stuff that you're fucking farming at the house, and I'll buy some shit off of you.
All right.
I'll just do it just to help fucking keep you fucking going, and then I'll just find out and be like, bro, this is fucking dope. I'm glad because I know where it came from. I know the source. I know the guy. I know the fucking guy who took care of the fucking shit. I'm okay with that. Farmers markets are the fucking bomb. I love that shit.
We'll even do with the goat pee. We'll do like black powder.
Can
Yeah.
we shoot guns?
Yeah.
Black
You want,
black powder goat pee? Is that a thing?
that's how you make the black powder, right?
I don't fucking know.
You
don't
get
know.
goat pee.
Never got. You know what? We're gonna stop because I'm gonna be like, how do you collect the goat pee? Don't pee yet, and you run out there with a cup and you're holding it in front of his dick, like, what the fuck, bro?
dirty
Why are you?
business.
It sounds like it. Very dirty. It's yeah.
You got to know your goat. Like that one doesn't squat. She actually lifts a leg like a boy.
It's gonna put urine your own place. I don't know. That's a bad joke. That's all I had. All right. Here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna thank Tim for being out here to talk to us about farm life. We're gonna hit our outro music, and then we're gonna do our happy hour. My co-host has ran away because the dogs are being rambunctious. You're muted. Nobody can hear you. Just hold tight. It's all good. This is why I do that. We're going to get her back out here in a minute. I'm going to get a beer. I think Tim needs a beer. Yep, Tim's shaking his head. I'm going to try to point this fan away from my fucking microphone so maybe we don't get so much fucking feedback, and then we're going to talk shit just about every fucking thing. So, as we always do, we always thank you for coming out and fucking listening. I hope you fucking enjoyed it. Maybe you learned something. If you want to know a little bit more, maybe hit me up and I can get some information for you for the state of Louisiana and or maybe from Tim. You never know. Farmer Brown might be in the fucking house, so we'll talk to you on Happy Hour. Peace. Whoa, how about that? I let it go a little bit longer than I wanted to. We're fixing to hit the quick pause button here for a moment so we can all grab an adult beverage, reposition the fans, and you won't have to listen to this shit. We'll be right back after this brief pause. All right, everybody, we're back from our brief pause. we had to rehydrate, which means get an adult beverage, reposition the fans, and figure out why my co-host Tammy was not here. Because the dogs were running her everybody crazy. She fell, hit her butt, and we're back. So Tam, what do you think? You enjoyed the podcast? Enjoyed talking about your shit that makes you passionate?
Yeah, it was good. Good to get some of that off my chest, too.
Do it again?
I would do it again.
Yeah?
Yeah.
All right.
That's pretty much the response we get from everybody.
Yeah, yeah. And the funny thing is some coworkers of ours, we're gonna, like I say, names are just like, I listen to your shit. It's just like, I want to fucking come on there, and I'm like, because all we're really doing is fucking talking to people about, talking to you. You've done some farm shit, some hillbilly shit, and you love it, and you're passionate about it. It's fucking great to come on here just because I have some of that in me too, but you're on a different level than I am. But it's great for people to come on and fucking do this shit, and then they're just like, I want to come on and fucking talk, and that's why that's the reason I changed it to, the podcast, to me doing my own thing, to reaching out to people and saying, if you want to come out here and talk about something you're passionate about, I might get a little knowledge. You might.
I'm getting my sister on here one day.
Oh yeah, she wants to talk about
Dyslexia.
Yeah, because I got a little of that.
More than a little, I think.
It's not diagnosable or compensatable from the VA.
You're right. It might be a combination of just your Alabama education and
that's
hitting you with a double whammy.
Yeah, that's probably accurate.
You'll be proud of yourself for making it this far in life.
Oh, why, bro? I am. Trust me, I am happy. I didn't think I was going to make it past 25, the route that I was going, but apparently I made it.
Honestly, I'm surprised I didn't wind up dead in a ditch somewhere.
You too?
Yeah.
Maybe that's why we're friends.
I mean, it's really surprising to me when I look back.
Yeah, I was going down a wrong path. Like I said, the fucking Coast Guard was, the Coast Guard was the perfect amount of thumb on me to keep me in check. And I think it was a life-saving event for me. I really, really do.
I don't think it was until I had something to lose. I was a crazy non-rate, so...
I got a DWI after I'd been in the Coast Guard about 9 months, so...
Oh, was that only 9 months in?
Yeah.
So it's standard that all non-rates are just plain crazy?
The ones that I used to have to bark at, yes. Yes.
I was.
And the dumbest fucking thing that I've ever fucking seen, we were on an East Pac patrol, so Eastern Pacific, which, just the other, go through the canal, right over there, looking for drugs. Found some drugs, and they write down your name. It's like, hey, Tim, did you fucking handle the drugs? And you're like, yeah. All right, they write your name down in that book in case a fucking P-test comes up. They took that as an opportunity when we did a port call in Chiapas, Mexico, to run out and get coke.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, so 3 of them fucking did coke. They were young. They were like 23. They were 3 jack dudes. Like, they had been working out for, they were big fucking dudes, and they fucking intimidated another guy who was their same age, who wound up not knowing what they were trying to get. Those 3 guys were all trying to get coke, and the one guy was kind of friends with them, and he was scrawny as shit. He had to have been like 110 pounds. He was about 5'8", and when they came back, and they're like, they're just doing it fucking up, and he was 20, and they're like, bro, you got to fucking take a shot. And he's like, I don't want to fucking drink. And they bullied him into drinking, thinking that if he was drinking underage, he wouldn't rat them out for fucking doing coke. So he even told, everybody got mastered. Those 3 guys got fucking put out. And he fucking said, he was like, yep, I drank because I was fearful of what the repercussions from the guys that were around. But I'm telling you,
They're in Mexico anyway. The drinking age in Mexico is 18, so.
Well, Mexican people, we can't drink it at fucking 18.
I'm pretty sure that whatever the local drinking age. Well, you're right. No. I think they recently changed it.
Yeah, that's been.
It used to be the local, whatever the local drinking age was. That's what you could drink.
Yes, that's been squashed a long time. But yeah, they fucking bullied him, and this one guy was like, hey, Captain, I'm ratting myself out. I did drink underage, but these guys did fucking coke. Whatever you need to do, just do. And I was like, that is a commendable motherfucker. Like, that dude stood up.
He didn't go to mass?
Little background.
He got in trouble. but it was a slap on the wrist because they were like, you were drinking underage. We have to do something. And he was like, I totally understand. I just know that what they did was really fucked up. And it really fucking was. Like, we're out there trying to catch drug runners, and you motherfuckers go and try to find it? You fucking idiot. Like, that's just stupid.
I feel like that was just full circle retribution. So, like, they had been messing with him for so long, and he was like, this is my opportunity.
Well, that might be true, too.
No,
Just bury him.
the guy that I knew that ratted him out, he was a really good guy. And he's still in, and that dude was fucking good, and he did the fucking right thing. He really did. I mean, I understand the cave to pressure because he was like, I don't want to get fucking beat up by these fucking 3 guys who are just monstrously larger than me, and I can't, maybe I can take you, but I can't take the other 2 guys, so I'm going to get fucked up. And like, yeah, bro, I'll take a couple of shots, and then I'm going to rat your ass out on the backside. And I mean, I'd have done the same thing.
What was that port called in Mexico?
Chiapas.
Sounds terrible.
It was not good. It was not good. Just this fucking, oh my God. What's the word for white in Spanish?
Gringo.
Blanco.
I think it was Gringo Diablo is what I got fucking called.
No,
I got
white is Blanco.
I got called a white devil because this fucking Mexican lady was in a fucking wheelchair and like begging for money or whatever it was. And I was just like, no, I'm good. And I didn't like, fuck you, bitch. I was just like, no, I don't have anything. It's just something fucking Diablo. And I was like, this bitch just called me a white devil. I was like, are you fucking kidding me? I was like, God, miserable fucking pork. Have you been to Mexico?
A few times.
Have you seen the fucking newspapers?
I've read the Department of State warnings. It's not pretty.
I fucking took pictures of their fucking newspapers. This is not like stateside newspapers. They fucking post. They print that fucking shit of like when people get killed. Like there's pictures. I got pictures on my phone of like the newspaper. I was like, are you fucking kidding me?
Mortality is different to them.
Oh yeah.
Like when people cross the southern border into the United States, like they come from a different world.
Oh yeah.
Actually, that reminds me. Have you been to the Death Museum in New Orleans?
Yes, where they got the little room in the back where you watch. Yes, I have. Yeah, it's
kind of disturbing.
Yeah, it's pretty fucking wild.
You haven't been, have you, Tim?
No.
Yeah, it's
a touristy thing, but you really should go just to check it out once.
Like what death museum? Like,
dude, it's big too. Like it's fucking really big, and they're just like they'll show these things, and they'll tell you that you read the the little placard or whatever it is, and it's like this is how this person died, and shit, help me out with it, kangaroo. Like what's?
I mean, they showed like the unedited photos of Lee Harvey Oswald and people. In what made me think of it is they're showing a lot of footage of accidents that occurred down in Central and South America, and they don't edit any of it out. Like people leaping off of buildings, and some guy's got a camera and following them all the way to the ground.
Holy cow!
Yeah, you see the splat.
Jeez.
It's pretty disturbing.
Yeah, it is. And the little room in the back is like, I say little room. It's got like 8 like church row seating kind of thing, pews. They got like 8. And you can sit there and they have like faces of death or some shit on there. It's just like showing people maliciously getting killed in various different ways. And you're watching it going like, what the fuck?
It sounds like a desensitizing workshop.
And I don't think that's necessarily a bad thing.
If you needed to be desensitized.
Yeah. Honestly, you can find anything on the internet. But I see some of those videos, and
all of it's true.
I tend to, well, yeah, everything on the internet's true. I tend to look at some of that stuff just to try to desensitize myself to a certain degree, because Coast Guard, San Francisco station,
The Golden Gate Jumpers.
yeah, like they were, setting them up and putting hats on them and cigarettes in their mouth, and like just didn't fucking give a shit. And they weren't they were so desensitized that they didn't fucking care about the humanity of the whole thing, of somebody who killed themselves and the families that were dealing with their suicide afterwards. And it's just like, yeah, you don't need to get to that point. Like that's fucked up.
Yeah, but how much of it is a coping mechanism?
Ooh, good question. Just knowing.
You just get tired of seeing people want to kill themselves jumping off the bridge.
Well, I mean, everybody that jumped off the Golden Gate succeeded, didn't they? Or was there one guy?
No,
there was one guy that survived.
For sure, there's at least one guy, but there's probably more than that.
That's just what.
And I think it's funny that bridge gets all the attention, and the Sunshine Skyway is just as high.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, that's just, I don't know. Yeah, like what did you say before? That suicide is a permanent solution for a temporary problem?
Correct.
Yeah, I used that on my last therapist meeting. Because they always ask, do you have any thoughts of hurting yourself? I was like, no, absolutely not.
I have thoughts of hurting other people.
Yeah. I'm going to hurt somebody else.
All the stupid ones on the planet.
I just got one guy. I just want to kick his ass.
Just one? Is he sitting at the table?
No.
Oh, okay, good.
No. No, I got one guy. I really want him to attack me so I can.
Is he in your HOA?
Oh, no.
Oh, okay.
No, it's an old work associate.
Oh, yeah, no, I know who you're talking about. Yeah.
I want that guy to attack me just so I can take one punch and just smile and just be like, thank you.
I have a number of those people in my life.
Yeah, I don't condone hurting yourself or hurting other people, except in extreme circumstances.
I think we need to tell people they're full of shit more often.
Yes, we do.
Can you really tell people they're full of shit more often when you can't even use fucking red ink because it's offensive or like angering or some shit, whatever the fuck excuse they come up with? Teachers,
really?
You didn't see that shit? Teachers write in red ink whenever you make mistakes on papers, and they were like, wow, red's offensive because red's indicative of anger.
It's because you're an idiot and you made mistakes.
Yeah, well, apparently you can't tell people that shit nowadays. Sensitive ass bitch world. It's fucking, it's got.
And people wonder why we've slipped from being the #1 education system on the planet.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, it's fucking, well, with our conspiracy theorists cohort last episode, the earth is flat.
It's not lost on me that we spend more money per student than any other country on the planet, and we're only ranked like 20th or something. And before the Department of Education was created, we were #1 in the world.
Yes. Oh, so for our listeners, our co-host that we had last time, our flat earther James, we went back and forth after the podcast talking about certain things, and I caught him. And there's this guy on fucking YouTube, Professor Dave, who I subscribe to because the dude's awesome. And he's like destroying flat earthers and like he goes through all this stuff.
He had a very good argument.
He really did. And I told my James this, and I was like, hey, how about this? The northern and the southern hemisphere, there are stars you cannot see if you're on the varying ones. So if you're on the north, you can't see certain stars the south can see, and then vice versa. And then he was like, well, then how do you...
Polaris in the north, you can see it, and you can't see it in the southern hemisphere.
There you go.
The Southern Cross.
Yep, there you go.
You can't see in the northern hemisphere.
That would be the two. And he's like, all right. He's like, he pulled out this fucking globe, and he spins it. He's like, all right, cool. If I'm up here, it's spinning this way. And if you're on the southern hemisphere, the stars spin that way. How do you explain that on a flat earth? And I told James that, and he's like, I'll have to get back to you. And I think he may be rethinking his flat earth thing.
I want to know what's on the underside of the flat earth.
I think I've asked that before.
Is it just vacant space?
I think it's just like a plate suspended in, like a plate would be suspended in space. I don't think there's anything under there.
Is it like middle earth, top earth, bottom earth?
No, it's literally a disc. And like you've seen the NATO thing of how Earth is splatted out. It's like if you just take a globe and you just press down on it and it just plops out. That's what they think flat Earth is.
Yeah, it's called economic projection of a chart.
Yeah, there we go. Because I don't even know what he said, but I understand it. But yeah, but there's a giant ice wall around the outside edge of the fucking Earth, and it is protected by all the militaries of the world.
Wow.
And the sun and the moon are not ginormous, millions and millions of miles away. They're a lot smaller, and they are a certain amount of distance over the Earth, and they make some weird figure 8 over the Earth.
Tim, don't try and figure it out. You will literally cook your brain.
I'm still just seeing an image of Middle Earth in my head. And then wondering what's on the other side of the paper.
I thought James was super nice, and he was a very reasonable guy and all. I just can't wrap my head around how flat earthers honestly think the Earth is flat. when
Yeah.
all the evidence says it's not.
Especially since it was disproven 500-600 years ago.
Occam's razor, man.
And then he come up and he was like, he sent me this thing and it's like, no, they used to teach fucking flat Earth. And like I said, he always sends me like TikToks or these fucking quick Instagram things, and I'm like, all right, cool, I'll fucking watch it. And of course, they're just like, it's like if you just hold your phone up and take a picture of, and it was Encyclopedia Britannica, like 1958, and of course you can tell, like if I'm like filming a book with my phone like this, and then I like open the book up, you should be able to see it. But it's like, here's the 1958 Encyclopedia Britannica, and then the phone turns another direction, and it's shaking and shit, so you can't really tell what's going on. Then all of a sudden, it's like, oh, right here it says the Earth was flat and blah blah blah, and I was like, that video is fucked up just because of the motions, just because of all the shit, and we disproved it 600 years ago. Go fuck yourself. Like I don't understand what you're like. And he was like, we got to find these, and I was like, cool. And I found some shit on eBay. And I sent him the links, and he was like, how much? I was like, are you fucking serious? It's like, here's the whole fucking 1958 and 1959 Encyclopedia Britannicas for like $160. And he's like, bet. I'm like, you're going to fucking for real buy it? And he's thinking about it. And I'm just like, what are you going to do when you get it? And it's going to be like, there's nothing in there. Flat, because it's not fucking flat, bitch. Like,
It's kind of a cool old book, though, or a group of cool old books.
oh, yeah, sure.
It's like an old newspaper. It's not even worth anything to me.
I don't necessarily. I wouldn't lump it into that category.
You wouldn't say it's worthless?
No, I don't think it's worthless.
It's
I think there's some.
I mean, it's worth something to somebody when he's willing to pay $160 for.
Is it kind of like, remember, like
Dude,
an
you
atlas,
just spent
like
300 and.
We don't have
something-
to talk about that.
Okay.
I said I was willing to pay for it. It's all good.
No, I'm not talking about. It's not even about the money. It's that.
Yes, I was willing to. I'm a nerd. Leave me alone, Tim. I bought some nerd shit recently.
Oh no.
I bought a couple of nerd
It's
things.
something that an 8-year-old would love to buy if they had the money.
Yes. I reached into my childhood in my heart, and I satisfied something that I always wished I could have afforded, but my parents couldn't because I grew up poor.
Wait.
Am I going to need to set up my 3D printer to make your sword and shield?
I wonder if we can.
If I can find the files for it.
Are you a LARPer?
No, he's not a LARPer.
I'm not.
Live action role play? No.
Why not?
You don't LARP?
We've never talked about it. You've never asked.
I've known a few people who LARPed, and it was a very casual relationship, and that's exactly how I want to keep it.
I know we've been friends for like 5-6 years, but I mean, there's a lot of things about me you don't know. And while
I'm totally okay with not knowing those things.
And while I have not LARPed, I would.
So you want to go run around a big field with a bunch of other crazy people with a foam sword and hit people with it?
Yeah, beat the shit out of somebody else. Fuck yes, I want to whoop somebody's fucking ass. That's the reason I don't fucking do ice skating, because I'd pull a fucking Happy Gilmore. I'd be like, "What'd you say, bitch?" I'd be like, "You're giving me razor
Wow,
blade.
that's old school, Tim.
You're giving me razor blades for
twisting the
boots."
John Bobbitt.
Yeah, oh, jeez. You're giving me a stick and 2 sharp knives and telling me that if you piss me off, I can beat you to death? Yeah, I'm all about that. So, yes, LARPing would be fucking awesome.
Well, you've never expressed a desire, so
You
I'll
never
find
asked.
you somewhere to go LARP.
You've never asked.
And I'll bring a bunch of beer and I'll go watch and laugh.
Oh, bro, if you're going to fucking point and giggle, I'll definitely do it. Because I'll just be
Okay.
like, I don't even fucking care.
We'll find it.
Whoop-ah, whoop-ah, whoop-ah. Because, I mean, we went to, I had a friend who...
We might have to wait till after the plane's built. I don't know if they do it anywhere around here.
I'm sure somebody does. I had a friend of mine, consequently in the fucking Coast Guard, and he, at those festivals where they actually like fucking sword fight, like he actually made his
The
own
Ren Fairs.
Ren Fairs. He made his own armor, and he went out there and actually fucking like sword fight and shit. They had those weird rules where it's like, if you're sword fighting, and I hit your left arm or your offhand, you can still fight, but you have to put your left hand behind your back. But you can still sword fight until I guess you lost both hands or your head or some shit.
They call me Tim.
There's a whole, like, the Ren Fair down here, which is probably actually not all that far from here.
It's not, and Did you or did you not go to that?
Yeah, went last year with some friends.
Okay. But,
yeah.
but you're fucking weirded out about me wanting to LARP, but yet you went to Ren Fair.
I didn't dress up or anything.
His butt a flesh wound.
Well, that's what I'm saying. There was like a group of where they were sparring, right, doing mock battles, and it's like there were 70 or 80 of them that belonged to this organization.
See? It's
And
fun.
I'm like, wow, that's dedication.
Those
there.
are just the amateur LARPers of America.
Yeah, I know, right? There's a professional group some fucking where, right? There's probably the same thing for like Star Wars too, and they're out there like lightsabering and fucking doing weird shit. Dude, it's just fun. It's just finding something that you enjoy. I mean,
They got baseball cards
you got baseball cards?
for the pros, for the LARPer pros.
Oh shit! I thought. I got that Bob Smith. Oh, bro, check this out. It's fucking hot off the presses. There's only like 6. Because that's
rookie
all.
card.
Yeah, it's rookie. There's only 6 of them because only 2 people wanted them, and they were hoping 4 of the people would be dumb enough to buy them. But they didn't.
They got like raw names, like they were like roller derby chicks, but they're like medieval roller derby chicks.
So, you know the fucked up thing is when this is over and done with, I'm gonna go on my phone and I'm gonna Google LARPing cards and just to see if somebody fucking makes because I mean you can have, bro, you know damn good and well that you can have like baseball cards for your kids that you just pose for the picture and they're just like, oh, here's Tim Jr. with his fucking 1 point or 0.01 average batting thing or whatever it is. You know there's some fucking shit like that.
He had the baddest stab rates.
I know, right? He hit 5 first basemen, 12 second basemen, and 3 third basemen, and 24 home runs.
He was known for drinking.
There we go. LARPing cards. It's
my
fucking legit.
gosh.
It's fucking legit. LARPing
Yeah.
cards.
So Tim was known for drinking too much of the heavy wine. The what do you call that? The crappy beer.
There is no
Talking
crap.
about like mead?
Yeah, like so this player was known for drinking too much mead, but he was still a good stabber.
That's some shit. I'm gonna buy some. I'm gonna buy some fucking LARPing cards. I don't even give a shit. You know who the fuck bought this? I'm like, I did out of spite.
Because I needed a good laugh.
I keep,
Work was rough. I needed a good laugh.
I keep thinking of I'm gonna buy the LARPing cards out of fucking spite, just like I keep thinking of the movie Other Guys, and like fucking what Marky Mark's character goes into the fucking dance thing. He's like, "What? You don't think I know how to do that?" He does all the little pirouettes and the weird fucking dance thing, and she's like, "Wow, that's fucking really dope." He's like, "Yeah, I used to make fun of kids for doing that shit." And they're like, "So you learned how to ballet dance sarcastically to make fun of people?" You're fucking right. Like, oh, what the fuck is going? Like, that doesn't even make any sense. Like, that's just fucking hilarious.
I'm still wondering, when you were 8 years old back in like 1933, like what was it that you were deprived of?
Do you want to know what it is that I bought recently?
Pogs?
What's a pog?
Pogs? No, that was 90s
That's a
thing.
fat
What
ass
is a
white girl.
pog?
Fat ass white girl.
It was like they used to have these like metal coins, like challenge coins, and you'd like bounce them. I never really played it. I think I was too old.
What the fuck are you talking about? Dude, pog is a fat ass white girl. PAWG.
No, that's not what a pog is.
that is what a pog is.
That's
Fat
just,
ass
that's
white
just
girl.
the Urban Dictionary.
What is it?
It's only worth what somebody's willing to pay for it.
All right, all right. So I'll go ahead and fucking spill it. So the thing that I got, I bought it from a friend of mine, was the Voltron.
Oh,
So you remember that? Now we're not talking about these little fucking cheap plastic things. This is the fucking the die-cast fucking metal shit from back in the 80s.
oh,
I always wanted the fucking Voltron because you could separate the 5 lines and you could roar and you could fight and Voltron could fight G.I. Joe and my Transformers. Oh, you pulled
yeah,
up.
Pogs. I play Pogs.
What?
I never actually played it, but I can never even afford a Pog.
I don't remember that. But no, my friend sold me his fucking Voltron that he had in his parents' attic or basement or some shit. And then I bought a couple of the comics for when it first come out just because it satisfied an inner child thing of me. And I was just like, I just fucking want it, and I bought it.
And the collector market for that is very strong.
Oh, it is?
Well, yeah.
I mean, I know we saw some fucking ridiculous shit, but I mean, I didn't buy ridiculousness. The reason I bought the Voltron is because I bought it from somebody that I know and trust.
No, I understand that, but I'm talking about the comic books.
Oh,
to go along with it.
Oh yeah, but I mean that's you can do that with, like you said, it's worth what somebody's willing to pay for it.
I agree.
And I was willing to pay a little bit of money, but not a whole lot because we've seen some fucking ridiculous prices. So collectibles are, and there's a fucking guy on Instagram that I started following because I got baseball cards and football cards from back in the fucking day, and this guy does this now, and there are fucking cards like nowadays, like they're like, oh, this is a 2020 and it's worth like $8,000. And I follow this cat on fucking Instagram, and I'm like, are you fucking people serious? Like, because I mean, they made like when LeBron fucking hit some big milestone, and they did one card that had like the USA emblem cut off of his jersey and then put on the card or something weird like that. And it's like the only one that they fucking did. And then somebody obviously buys a pack of cards, opens it up, like, oh shit, I got that one, that LeBron bitch. And then it's like, oh cool, that card's worth $20,000, and you spent $10 on a pack of cards.
It's like one in a
yeah,
million.
I mean, yes, it's 1 in a million, but I mean,
He's a wannabe MJ.
yeah.
He'll never be MJ.
No, he won't. He's a gifted athlete. I mean, I can give the man that.
He doesn't have 6 championships.
No, and I love seeing the arguments about the LeBron MJ, and they're like, how many finals did MJ lose? And they're like, how many? And he's like, none. Every time he went, he won. How many has LeBron lost? And they're like,
How about Bill Walton? You want to talk about the GOAT? Let's talk about Bill Walton. He has more championships than MJ does.
oh yeah. Look at that, showing that age. There you go.
MJ made so many heartbroken kids like me from New York. The New York Knicks had such a solid team, and they would never win against him.
Yeah, Patrick Ewing hates MJ.
John Starks.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Well, I mean, they hate him on the professional level because, you know, Patrick Ewing retired not long after fucking MJ did, but just he was not winning a fucking championship when MJ was around. It's not happening.
Just robbed.
He did. MJ was the fucking man. And there's so many different variables and arguments that you can fucking make and throw into that equation, and you know, and it's just like, you know,
What was the coach's name for Chicago back then?
Phil Jackson.
Do you think he gets any credit, or is it just MJ is a boss? Like,
Ooh, that's interesting. He probably, I mean, in what regard? Like
planning in the operations process? Like, does he get credit with or
is he in the conversation as
You don't have
yes,
a bed tonight.
all the dogs are on the bed. It's funny. You know, probably not, because professional sports are different. It's just like whenever you talk about like an Alabama college football championship team, you're gonna remember the head coach more than you're gonna remember the players. And I think that's opposite for professionals, because you know, those 3 guys on that Alabama team were fucking stars, but the whole team is fucking stars. So you remember the coach less.
Chicago Bulls? Was it pretty much 3 guys? So it was MJ, Scottie Pippen, and
You can probably sub out anybody after that, because you had John Paxson, you had Cartwright, who was the fucking center. You had Steve Kerr, who floated through there
was Dennis Rodman in there too?
Dennis Rodman was in there. That's what I'm saying. Like, you can just
The Worm.
Yeah, you can just sub so many body in there, because, like, I mean, I seen Scottie Pippen, and Scottie Pippen makes a really good argument about, like, you know, MJ wasn't the best, I was the best, and like it's like I said, so many variables when you start digging down into it, which is why I enjoy being not a deep thinker.
Let's circle back to he's so full of shit.
Scotty?
We need to tell people more often they're full of shit. Scottie Pippen, full of shit.
You're full of shit, Scotty. Yeah.
LeBron, you're full of shit.
Yeah, you're definitely.
I don't even like MJ. He ruined my dreams, but I got to give him respect.
I know, right? But yeah, it's just, there's so many variables in here. Scottie Pippen just be like bitching and moaning. But yeah, MJ was fucking great. Scotty was definitely, you know, a shining light for him to be able to do what he did. But then you can just start subbing in, because so many great players played with the Bulls in the 90s, and it was a different basketball game back then it is now. So, you know, it all comes with a grain of salt. So, you know.
Bug biting me.
Well, they stopped biting me. I think they bit me. And
They were getting drunk, biting you.
yeah, they were just like, what the fuck? And they just fell off, and they're just like, don't go fuck with that guy.
I haven't drank today, so they like my blood.
Maybe that's what it is. Maybe you're just sweeter than I am.
I'm pretty sure that's not the case.
You're a sweet little bitch. That's all that it fucking is. I don't think anybody's ever told you that, have they?
No, because it's not true.
Fair enough.
I would tell them they were full of shit.
Then they would be full of shit.
All right. Do we have fun doing this?
Yeah, I just don't want to do it here at Pilgrim Shit again outside.
This place is good before the mosquitoes show up. So January, February, March, April.
That's the time to do it out here?
What
Yeah.
about October, November, December?
Possibly. Yeah, possibly.
December, maybe. We're in the South, man. It was fucking hot in November last year.
I'm sure that there were warm days, yeah.
I don't remember a cold day in November last year.
I don't really remember November of last year, so.
No. I just don't remember anything cold.
I feel like in the fall, the mosquito population doesn't get decimated, but it comes back. Like,
Oh, no, the
temporarily.
mosquito population got decimated this past winter.
Yeah.
When we had temps that dropped down into the low teens, yeah, the mosquito population got decimated.
Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and say this out loud. Fuck you, mosquitoes. Good. They're gonna be like, yep, yeah, we're gonna go see Brad's house tomorrow.
They're not full of shit. They're full of they're full of blood.
They are, and it's all of our blood. Those hateful motherfuckers.
Actually, I watched the Jurassic Parks the other night at work, and so, yeah. Who knows? Maybe somebody's going to clone us a couple of million years from now.
So they're gonna do the same thing that the people in the movie said after they finished cloning them, which was, we done fucked up. That's all
Jeff
that it was.
Goldblum said.
Yeah,
That's
right.
all that it was. We done fucked
I
up.
think
This
it was
was a
probably like his
mistake.
opening line was, "This is a bad idea."
Do we like? I like Jeff Goldblum.
So did I.
Honestly, I think he's a good actor. I like
thought
that
he was
guy.
a corny actor. He was trying to be a punk, but he was just a corny actor.
You mean in Jurassic Park?
Yeah, like his role. That's what it is. I don't like his role in Jurassic Park because he was like a wannabe Dr. Punk, but he was just this like corny Jewish guy from New York City.
I thought it was great.
I'm thinking that you got something against Jewish guys from New York City.
No, I don't. I don't.
Oh.
I don't. No.
What are you talking about? You don't like Jews from New York?
No, not at all. I don't like their salmon on the bagel thing.
What?
Not cool.
What?
No.
What?
No.
Yo, okay. New York pizza.
Mm-hmm.
What's the deal?
Shittier the better.
Is it the bomb?
Yeah. So if you put fresh mozzarella on a pizza, you're going to shit your brains out. All right. Anybody who tries to make a fancy pizza is full of shit. All right. I'll say it again. So pizza is just dough.
Sauce and cheese.
What do you call it?
Dough sauce and cheese?
Filet-to sauce. So the pizza sauce, a special pizza sauce.
Marinara.
Not marinara, a special pizza sauce.
It's close enough to marinara. You can call it marinara.
Marinara.
Oh.
But then just mozzarella, like it's not like fancy, right?
Unless you're putting a pesto sauce on it.
Okay.
Or a bechamel sauce.
Okay,
Or
interesting.
ricotta, like a white pizza.
Yeah, that's like a bechamel sauce.
All right. Well, now I'm curious.
Or
What's
a margarita.
What's the difference between, say, New York pizza sauce and what did you say? It's marinara, or what did you say?
Well, marinara tends to be thicker than pizza sauce, and marinara has a lot of times big chunks of tomatoes in it.
Exactly.
And pizza sauce doesn't.
So pizza sauce is more watery.
Okay.
And then, so you got two sides of that spectrum, right? You have like your watery kind of marinara pizza sauce. You got
All
your
right.
thick, chunky tomato marinara sauce.
Right.
And then you have like your fucking Hunt's tomato paste on the other side.
Wow. All right. So what down here what's the closest you found down here that compares to real New York pizza?
So over in the Bywater, there still is a place called, we used to call it Pizza. I used to call it Pizza Fantastico, but it's Pizza Delicious.
Pizza delicious.
Pizza Delicious is downstream from the French Quarter. It used to be a really cool, down to earth shop, but now it seems like the people running it are just druggies or something. But, but the pizza is still kind of the same. But
So I always, so I never understood it. So a friend of mine who's now deceased, God rest his soul, he was from New York, and there was this place in fucking Mobile called Joe's Pizza, and I think he's got 2 different places. There's one in Mobile, and there's one across the bay, over in Daphne somewhere. And he's like, this is the closest thing I've found to like real New York pizza, and I didn't fucking understand it until I went and had it, because like. When I grew up how I grew up on pizza was basically what my parents like. Because, you don't fucking argue with your parents. You just eat what the fuck they buy. So I grew up on Pizza Hut thick crust pizza, which is, I know.
like book it.
Yeah. You don't even have to go that way because now that I know, bro. It's all good. But it was like, so when I went and I've done like Marco's and like Papa John's and Domino's, you did all these fucking fast food chains or whatever it was. And then I went and fucking tried Joe's Pizza. And after having Joe's Pizza, I got it because the crust wasn't thick, wasn't thin, and it was airy. And when I mean that, it's not like biting into like a piece of bread. It was just a light crunch. It was not a whole lot there. It's kind of like eating a Waffle House waffle, and then going and having a Belgian waffle, and then go and having a Belgian waffle, which you think of Belgian waffles are thick, they're airy, they're light, they still absorb all those flavors and shit like that. So that's the way that fucking crust was. It was light. It had a slight crisp to it, and then you actually tasted all of the sauce and whatever your toppings were. And I was like, I fucking get it now. So yeah, I get it.
I worked in a pizza shop for 10 years.
No shit.
I swear. So, all right, you can have a really
he's like,
good
I
pizza
fucking
shop.
hate, he's like, I fucking hate pizza.
I love it. No, I love it. I still love it. I can do a whole 60-inch pie by myself.
Oh my fucking
Swear.
challenge.
But all right,
That's what we're gonna do. Okay, you come over for the next episode should be Power Hour again with our psychologist, or psychotherapist, whatever the fucking crazy bitch is. And then we'll challenge you to eat a whole pizza.
I will crush.
I will buy you the pizza. The
Just
pizza's
give me an hour. I'll
the
just sit
pizza's
down.
on. So that's
Are you going to do the power hour while you eat the pizza?
Oh, that's
Ooh.
tough. That's tough.
That's a challenge.
I'm not Joey Dogs, Joey Nuts, or whatever. Joey Hot Dogs. Joey.
You want to come over for that?
Oh, the guy that used to
No.
win the hot dog eating competition on July 4th in Coney Island?
Yeah, the Nathan's Hot Dog.
You can come over for the next podcast, and you can either choose to do Power Hour with us if you're thirsty, or you can do the big ass pizza challenge.
I'll do the big ass pizza.
Or you can step up and do both.
That's rough. That's rough.
We got to put up some kind of monetary
Just to do,
incentive.
Just the beer is rough. But to throw down a 16-inch pizza on top of that,
We didn't find the fucking beer challenge that difficult.
Yeah, not really, no.
well, trying to drive home or even walk home after
Oh, no,
that.
I hung out there
become
for a
a
long
tree-
time.
You learn what a tree hugger really is at that point.
I hung out at their house for a long time after it.
Yeah, he did. Yeah, that was fun. Because I think the happy hour, quote unquote happy hour, is just as long as the actual podcast
Well,
itself.
the podcast was ostensibly a little over an hour, so
Yeah. And it was still 3 hours fucking long.
Going back to what is a good pizza, right?
Yeah, let's go back. Yeah.
All right, so I said a good pizza is just a shitty old piece of pizza. So a good pizza shop could have a bad day, and then you could go there on a bad day. You get
yeah.
like some old dough that they're still trying to sell off, right?
Yeah.
And you're like, that pizza sucked. I don't know what you're talking about. And you're like, I'm sorry, you had a bad experience, but
Yeah.
I can't explain it to you.
Yeah.
It's too many words to explain like what happened.
Yeah.
But
That's a variable that's in everything.
if you go into Manhattan, there's these little like corner, like little tiny like storefronts that sell pizza for $1 a slice.
a slice. Give me a
You get a
slice.
slice of a pie for $1.
$1 a slice.
And you're like, there's no way it costs $1. It's probably shit. And maybe you're drunk. You had a couple drinks. You went over to Broadway, or you went over to Drunk Shakespeare or something, and you're walking down the street, and you're like, $1 a slice. It's too good to be true. But for $1, I'm gonna try it anyway. And you're gonna eat that slice, and you're gonna be like, damn, that was a good fucking slice. And it wasn't special. It was just a slice of cheese pizza. That's all it was.
It was fucking dope as shit.
Fucking slice of the pie.
Used to happen all the time when I lived there. We would go into the city all the time and get a slice.
Not special. It's just pizza.
Just happened to be at the right
That's where I'm
time.
coming from. So if you put
Oh,
fresh
yeah.
mozzarella on a pizza, in a way, like, all right, should I worship this thing? Like, did this fresh mozzarella come from like some special cow? Like, what is this?
So do New Yorkers agree with chicken pizza?
Yeah, chicken pizza.
That's okay?
There is the argument in New York of, is it against some kind of religion to put pineapple on a pizza?
Okay, yeah. So the pineapple thing is a legitimate argument.
Yeah, there should be wars over
Is
that.
it just pineapple or is it pineapple ham or just what's
I mean,
the?
you don't put pineapple without the ham. That's kind of just going.
Oh, okay, all right. So hand in hand kind of thing.
Yeah.
All right.
If you put just pineapple on the pizza, then you just have a fruit pizza, which is weird.
Yeah, it's not Hawaiian.
Yeah, but I mean, it's like some people think putting chicken on there is fucking wrong. But I mean,
I just don't like chicken on my pizza.
But I mean,
don't know why.
I like a Marco's pizza with a garlic crust and some chicken and some veggies, and it's just fucking dope.
Dude, cover it with pepperoni until you can't even see the crust anymore and serve it to me.
You ever had the pepperoni off of was it Papa John's? It's disgusting. Or no, I'm thinking Racetrack. Sorry.
What the bro? That's
That's a
racetrack
pretty
pizza.
big difference.
yeah. I was gonna say that's pretty.
To
big.
me, it's not a big leap.
I like Papa John's.
It's like a little stepping
You
stone.
know what I was saddened about? I was like, I fucking ordered like I think Shaq has some kind of collaboration with
The
Pop.
shakaroni.
Yeah, I tried it. It was not what I was thinking.
It's just a big pepperoni pizza.
It wasn't even fucking that big, or it was a big pizza, but it just wasn't. It wasn't what the picture portrayed. Like, because I mean, like you fucking like if you're gonna fucking sell like a Shaq pizza.
Well, you're let down by some salesmen, huh?
Yeah, so that's not a first time, you know. But I mean, like I'm sorry. So when I think of Shaq, I think of Shaq in the '90s and early 2000s, like when he was dunking on motherfuckers and breaking back. Like we had to. All right, guys.
Shaq Zula.
Yeah, like the fucking backboards aren't holding up. This big ass motherfucker is breaking. We got to. That's the kind of Shaq I had in my head. And then when I got. Yeah, when I got the fucking pizza, I was like, if this was Shaq, this is Shaq like prepubescent or like now at 60. Like, I don't understand what the fuck's happening here, but this is not a Shaq fucking pizza. Y'all need to revisit it. But
They just paid him a lot of money to put his name on it.
I think that's all that it was. We're just going to make, hey Shaq, we're just going to make it big, bro.
So you
Thanks.
got to meet him?
I got to meet him, yeah.
Was his ego bigger than him? Like,
No, he was a super, super nice guy.
Wait a minute,
I get that
you met
feeling.
Shaq?
Yes.
Get the fuck out.
Uh-huh. He went to LSU.
Oh, yeah, that's right. He did, didn't he?
I get the feeling that he's really cool.
He knew a girl that I worked with's boyfriend, and we were out drinking one night, and we were in Tigerland, and
You were in Thailand?
Tigerland.
Thailand?
Yes, Thailand. And
It's where you meet Shaq. It's where everybody meets Shaq.
I know, right? It's the wrong kind of Shaq.
I can't remember Joy's boyfriend's name right now, but we walked in, and I mean, he stands out right away because you see him, because everybody else is like 6 feet tall, and he's like 7. You're like,
Yeah.
that's a big motherfucker right there.
Yeah.
And I went, I think that's Shaq. And he was like, yeah, you want to meet him? I'm like, what? He's like, yeah, I know him. I'm like, wow, okay.
I don't think I've ever heard anybody really say anything bad about the man. Like, I mean, everybody's like, no, he's just a giant fucking clown. It's just like, that cool. I mean, like, you know, we're
When
fucking.
you see his interaction with people just completely randomly, yeah, he
Yeah.
comes across as just a super nice guy.
Yeah, he really does. He's the exact opposite of, oh man, what's that fucking martial arts guy? Steven Seagal.
Yeah, I don't
He's
know
the
anything
opposite
about
of
him.
Steven
Is he a
Seagal.
raging dickhead?
Yeah, he apparently
Oh,
is.
okay.
Because he had a fucking Sheriff Louisiana show or some shit, didn't he?
He did. Yeah.
Nobody's ever said anything good about Steven Seagal, but everybody talks good about fucking Shaq. Even Charles Barkley, who, you know, Charles got something against him.
Yeah, like all the background music and all the Steven Seagal movies is kind of all the same.
Steven Seagal.
I don't think I've seen a Steven Seagal movie since before I was married.
Oh, yeah. It's been a long goddamn time.
That would have been before 1990.
What's the last Steven Seagal movie you saw? Because it was probably the same one I did where they did the...
The battleship thing.
Yep, there we go.
Yeah.
I had the fucking, the hot blonde with the titties.
Popping out of the cake.
Yep.
Yeah.
And then she's like, what the fuck is going on? It's like, oh, well, we took over. That was filmed in Mobile.
Was it really on the Alabama?
USS Alabama. Yeah.
Wow. Okay.
Yep. It's fucking dope. Look at that, throwing some fucking shit in there.
He's got the crazy snake guy ponytail. I call it the crazy snake guy ponytail.
Why do you call it that?
All crazy snake guys have a ponytail like that.
Okay.
So you're saying Steven Seagal's a crazy snake guy?
I bet you he is.
I mean, I think he's a snake in the grass.
Actually, did you see the movie Greyhound with Tom Hanks?
Yeah.
You know where they filmed all the inside ship scenes there?
Uh,
The USS Kidd in Baton Rouge.
get the fuck out.
Yep.
Really? Oh, that makes that more interesting.
That was the first date I ever went on with Kim, and we're walking around. I'm like, oh yeah, we had one of those on our ship, and oh yeah, we had one of those on our ship. She's like, how old was this ship? I'm like, Keel was laid in 1939. She's like, and somebody's still driving it around. I'm like, oh yeah.
Yep. Yeah. Yeah. We had a coworker in that, right?
Wait, where?
In that, what was the name of the movie?
Greyhound.
Greyhound. Tom Hanks.
Tom Hanks and
Greyhound. And
who
it
else
was,
was in it? Denzel?
no.
I don't know. I can't think of
Tom
any other
Hanks is
big
the-
stars
yeah,
right off
Tom
the top of my
Hanks.
head.
Yeah, Dan. Remember, we don't say last names, but Dan was in that.
Oh, it was a more modern movie.
Yeah.
Shit,
And that's some old. Yeah, he's in it. Like, I thought he was full of fucking shit, but then like, he was like, "No, put the movie on real quick." He's like, "Just fast forward a bit." He's like, "Yeah, go right there." And like, because I mean, John.
I got to follow up with all these movies that people have been in.
Well, I mean, Dan's the only one who ever pointed out who's able to like you see him in that, and he has two different parts. One part he's a fucking officer. The second one he's an enlisted guy, like shooting fucking guns and shit. I was like, what the fuck, bro?
We had a guy that used to work with us before you that was in Deepwater Horizon.
The movie?
Yeah.
No
and he
shit.
said he met the little girl and she was so nice that he was just so impressed with her. And he said Kate Hudson's a royal bitch.
So I was in one movie.
And he never got to meet Marky Mark Wahlberg in the Funky Bunch.
That's it, Mark Wahlberg.
Have
He
you
was
ever
in a movie?
Have you ever heard of the Zoo York like skateboarding company clothing brand?
Oh yeah.
So
Yeah.
I was in their first skateboarding
I had
video.
one of their fucking shirts. I loved it.
The first skateboarding video that they ever made, I was in it.
Get the fuck out.
Fucking swear. So I'll have to show it to you where I'm at. 'Cause I was just hanging out at a skate park watching some crazy dude, Jeff Pang, who I met later in New York City at Union Square. But I was just watching him skate at the park, and he was doing this crazy stuff. And I was just like jaw to the floor. And you see me in the background just like watching him.
No shit. Oh, that's fucking funny.
My oldest sister was an Easy Rider.
Whoa.
Oh damn. Really?
You're the kid of the family, right?
Yeah, I'm the youngest of 7.
Okay.
You want 4 more?
Me?
Yeah. You want 4 more kids?
I'm too old now. I would have when I was younger, but not now.
You know, they used to have lots of kids back in the day to fucking work the farm. Now they're just like, nah, these motherfuckers ain't worth it. Especially nowadays.
There's a lot of work breaking in these,
Are you
breaking
worried?
them in.
Are you worried about how old are your kids now?
3rd, 6th. They graduated kindergarten.
Are
so-
you worried about?
Wait, you don't graduate kindergarten.
They made a big deal out of it.
Yeah,
It was a
apparently you
big
do.
graduation.
You graduate from high school and you graduate from college.
You know what? I gotta respect it because
Yeah.
these kids are reading as they're leaving kindergarten. We're talking about U.S. being a bad educational system.
Yeah.
Well, I pay crazy money out of pocket to go to a private school.
Yeah, okay. All right. Well,
And they're leaving kindergarten able to read.
I mean, that's good.
Yeah. So are you worried about the state of the way the world is with like technology and like everything?
No,
Or you?
Not at all. Because me and my wife are totally different on this. So I'm from New York, and I have seen crazy things, and I believe that humanity has never changed. Like, nothing has ever changed.
Not at its core.
We've been this way forever.
But
But now you're
you
just
mean-
seeing things more. You're
We-
seeing
oh,
more
yeah.
of
Well-
what's going on outside of your personal bubble.
Yeah.
You're saying we're still the barbarians storming the wall. It's just that we've got better technology now.
Yeah, I mean,
We're more interconnected with the
Well-
internet because now we can see the fucking craziness on the mass level that it fucking is.
yeah, I
It's
mean,
basically what it is.
all the people
It's
who are
called
Christian,
TikTok.
all of the Christian people with Christian morality are Christian people with Christian morality. And you have a lot of people out there who aren't. And if you're in a bubble, you don't see outside of that bubble. But it's always been that way.
Yeah. I mean,
We're all guilty of that.
oh yeah. Yeah. Wow. That's crazy though. you're comfortable with it. You're not really that worried about it.
No, well, there's the other part about being a Christian. So, like, you're waiting to die. We're all sitting here waiting to freaking die. And you should welcome it the day it happens. And just hope that the people that you leave behind are, you know.
Well, Kangaroo said it best before. He was like, on a long enough timeline, time wins.
I can't. Yeah, that's not my quote, but thank you for giving it to me. It's from Fight Club.
Oh, on a long enough timeline?
Yeah, Tyler Durden's character said it. On a long enough timeline, or maybe it was...
You quoted it, but...
on a long enough timeline, everybody's survivability rate drops to 0.
Yeah.
What they say...
It's such a good movie.
They used to say in Ireland, you never see the one that hits you. So you never know when you're going to die. It's going to happen.
I think Conor McGregor saw the one that hit him. And then he hit the one that he thought he was going to hit, and then it broke his leg. Fuck that punk.
What?
Yeah, you're not a big Conor fan, are you?
Not anymore. I liked him because he was Irish and he came out and he was fucking super dope, but then he lost his fucking mind.
He's not scared of shit.
Well, that's what publicity will do for you.
Yeah, he just fucking, now he's a fucking, you know what? I even had a little bit of respect for him until he hit the old cat in the bar.
Yeah.
You fucking punched an old man? Are you fucking serious? You're in your early 30s, late 20s, and you punched...
He's lucky somebody didn't draw down on him and shoot him.
Yeah. Well, I mean, weren't they in Ireland when that happened? It doesn't matter.
Know.
It doesn't matter.
I didn't hear about that.
It doesn't matter. There's video of it because, like, the pub...
Was it personal? Was there more behind it than just sitting in a pub?
He went to a fucking pub, and, like, you can see the whole video. And he went to this fucking pub, and he was just, like, boasting for his whiskey that he made, or that he was whatever was ever going on. And
he put his name on.
Yeah, he put his name on it. Somebody did it, and then he was just like, no. He's like, no, bro, you fucking take. No, you got to take it. The guy, you can see the guy just like, no. He's just like, you see him like, no, I'm good, bro. I appreciate it though. Thanks, whatever. And then like he leaned over and he's like having a conversation, and I don't even give a fuck what the fucking old man's gonna say to you. Like, you're younger than I am, and you're younger than me. I'm younger than him. If you fucking punch Kangaroo, I'm gonna be like, I'm gonna beat your fucking ass. Like, why the fuck are you hitting somebody like? And the guy in the fucking video is like 65, 70 looking fucking years old. Why the fuck are you hitting somebody at late 20s, early 30s? There should be nothing a man that age should be able to say to you to incite a punch in the face.
He probably said,
it doesn't matter.
You're full of shit.
Hey, Tim, don't punch me because I'm not going to punch you back. But something else is going to be coming your way.
At about, what?
About 1,300 feet per second.
Okay, yeah, 13. I was going to say 19.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, you're going to get hit with something. You're not going to like whatever fucking comes your way.
Why?
Yeah.
I mean, you got that kind of money and you're just going to hit some dude you don't care about?
It doesn't matter.
He's an asshole.
Really?
You just fucking punching old people. Like, there's no win in that. If you're 20 years old and you fight a 60-year-old, like, great. You beat a 60-year-old, you're a fucking jerk. And then if you lose to a 60-year-old, like, you're an idiot.
You got your ass kicked by a 60-year-old.
Yeah, so there's no win in that. Just fucking leave it alone. Leave children, leave dogs, and leave old people alone, because we were all children and didn't know anything. Dogs don't know anything but fucking love, or that's all they should know. And then fucking old people are just fucking old and can't do anything about it.
Respect your elders.
Yeah,
old Irish
leave
people
it the fuck
sitting
alone.
in a pub.
Just trying to get a buzz, bro. That's all. And you punch somebody. They don't want your shit. Just get the fuck out of here. Don't fuck with old people.
I feel that the thing that changes it, like, I understand that situation can happen sometimes, but when you are rich, you actually have a responsibility to kind of set the example in the room.
I think you should, but I also think that rich destroys everything in you, which is why I'll never be nor want to be rich.
I'm coming from the Christian point of view where if you're a king, you're not supposed to drink the strong wine. Like, a poor person could drink the strong wine, and the king shouldn't.
Oh, well, yeah.
Because he has to set the example.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, you're going to throw back way back, but yeah.
When you're poor in soul.
Yeah.
That's belly on top, but he was that on bottom.
Yeah, I agree. But, I mean, it's, nowadays, things are different. It's fucking...
Was Connor poor in soul? Was he poor?
He's
in that
poor.
way?
He's poor in soul. I think Connor's a piece of shit now. I thought he was a great MMA fighter for a while, and then he fought a couple of folks and that wasn't scared of him, and he got his ass whooped.
These MMA fighters, I mean,
they're all fucking...
the amount of testosterone you got running in your body,
yeah.
Well, you probably shouldn't be
I,
scared.
I don't even want to fuck. I don't even want to fuck with the 300th ranked cat in MMA. Like, I don't even want to fuck with that guy. Like, just I'm good, bro. Just do your thing.
Just from growing up the way I did, I feel like I was more scared of the 120-pound kids who knew how to fucking wrestle.
Oh God, yeah.
I was more scared of them than a 7-foot-tall freaking lurch.
Yeah, yes. If I have to, I'm with you. If I had to choose on who I want to fight, 6'6", regardless of fucking weight, or somebody who's 50 pounds lighter than I am, 140, 130 pounds, I'd rather fight the big guy. I feel like I can move enough to get away from the big guy, but that little guy,
very comfortable, very confident in his movements, and
I mean, lucha libre wrestling. You watch 110 fucking pound guys fucking fight, and you just they just threw 300 punches in the first round.
Oh, that's
and there's 11 more to go. Like, what is happening? Like, it's just
somebody that can throw punches out there real fast.
Yeah, I don't want to fuck with that. Like, I'm gonna miss 4, but the next 55 hit me, and I'm like, wow.
Close the deal in like 3 seconds.
Yeah, like I'm just all right. I'm just getting broken. I concede.
I got a rap.
Got it. Let's hear it.
No, that's not my music. I'm more of a techno guy. Give me the glow sticks and Terry Crews.
Oh shit.
Whoop whoop.
All right, we're really gonna wrap this up. Kangaroo's got a fucking bell. I need a fucking beverage.
I have an hour drive.
Oh, it's only like 45 minutes.
Well, not if you're doing the speed limit, and I don't do that. So
you got a 30-minute drive?
Something like that, yeah.
All right, 25 it is. All right, Kangaroo's got a fucking drive. I don't know what Tim's gonna do. Tim, because you're more than welcome to hang out once we hit cancel on this bitch. Y'all got any last words? Kangaroo, what you got?
Thanks very much for just being out there and putting up with us and having fun with us, because this is a hoot, and I love doing it.
Yeah, we do have fun. I appreciate your comments, Kangaroo. Tim, what you got?
I'm full of shit.
What'd you say? What?
We're all full of shit.
Got him. You see how funny it is?
Loves doing that. Loves it.
I do.
Squeeze. It's pretty amusing, actually.
See, it's funny when it doesn't happen to you, huh? All right.
It's funny when it happens to me.
All right. So we're closing out happy hour. This is the shortest that we've had in the last 4 episodes. You made it this far. We appreciate you listening out. We appreciate you being here. We thank all of y'all for enjoying our lunacy. And we will see you on the next one. Have fun.